Rich Rebel women's basketball is back on the hardwood for the 2021 season. Coming off a second-place finish last season, the girls know what it takes to reach the big stage. With the talent, experience, and some of that Rich County pride, they are ready to bring another championship back home. Get in on all the Rebel basketball this season alongside the voice of the Rebels, Matthew Peterson, right here on My Local Radio. This Rebel broadcast could not be possible without these Rebel supporting businesses: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, the Come On In Casper, Plains Tire, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, West Star Printing, and Rocky Mountain Sign. Rebel fans, find your comfy seat, pull your lucky socks up, and enjoy another edition of Rich Rebel basketball right now as we bring you down to the court.
Good evening, Rebel fans, and welcome to Cokeville High for today's matchup between the Rich Rebels girls basketball team and the Cokeville Panthers. I'm Matthew Peterson. Happy to have you alongside me for our pregame coverage, as this one is currently in the JV matchup right now, with the girls winning 38-17 with just under 8 minutes to go. So what do we have going on in our pregame show? We got a lot of great stuff coming your way. We're going to have our scene set first, and then we're going to get into our standout student of our pregame coverage before the coaches show, and a lot more. So don't go anywhere. We are just getting started here from Cokeville between the Rebels and the Panthers.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today. Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back to Cokeville High for today's matchup between the Rich High girls basketball team and the Cokeville Panthers. Let's get into our scene set now in our pregame coverage, as the Rebels are coming in with a 5-6 overall record. It's their first game since January 16th, so I'm sure they are absolutely elated to be on the court right now. A 19-day break for the girls, but you know what? All that rust is about to wear off because they got a big matchup tonight on the road against the Panthers. Talking about on the road so far, the Rebels are 2-3 away from Randolph at opposing homes. Now, as for the Cokeville Panthers, they are coming in with a 7-4 overall record. They're 3-1 since their loss to Rich a couple of weeks ago back in Randolph. Who are they going to look to go to? How about Barnes and Tyker? Both players averaging 12-plus points per game, so that's their duo so far. That's our scene set here. We've got more to go over, though, in our broadcast. We're going to have our coaches show, but before then, our standout student portion of the pregame coverage. Right now, the JV matchup has a little under 5.5 minutes to go, with the Rebels winning 45-22. So we talk about the Rebels not playing for 19 days. I'll tell you what, these JV girls don't seem to notice. They are firing on all cylinders right now on the road in the Cowboy State. I got a great standout student portion, a great standout student interview for you guys coming up after the break. It's the Rebels and Panthers right here on my local radio at 98.3 FM K80Q.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Fair River Drive, Evanston.
I'm now with my standout student. It is junior Hannah Rex. Hannah, thank you so much for the time today. I want to begin by asking you, what activities are you involved in here at Rich High?
I'm a cheerleader here at Rich High.
And how long have you been on the cheer team for?
This is my first year.
First year, so what made you want to start cheer going into your junior year?
Well, I danced and I did cheer as a young child, so I thought it'd be fun to do it this year.
Awesome, absolutely. And before you started cheering, what other things did you keep yourself busy with here at Rich?
I did golf.
Golf, okay. So have you been a longtime golfer? What's been the history there?
I started when I was a freshman, but as a family we would golf.
Gotcha, okay. And are you more of a driver or do you clean up on the green?
I'm more of a driver. I'm not very good on the green.
That's okay. I'm pretty sure 90% of Americans three-putt their way to every hole. Hannah, let's talk a little bit about what you do outside of Rich. So on the weekends, when you're not in the classroom, what are some of your favorite hobbies and activities?
I work a lot, but when I'm not, I'll sing, songwrite.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so you kind of got a toe in a bunch of different ponds here. Are you excited for the musical coming up?
Yeah, I am.
And have you been involved in that before, or is this the first year?
Yeah, I started when I was a freshman.
Okay, and what kind of roles do you like to do?
I try to do lead roles. I'm kind of a very shy person when it comes to in front of crowds, but I'm a very social person when it's not in front of a lot of people.
Well, that's awesome. So if my math is right, you've done golf, cheer, and musical. So what are you keeping in store, and what are you waiting for to do senior year?
I had my plan life out as a trauma surgeon in the medical field, but for senior year, I think I want to focus on what would be a good idea for my future. I'd definitely do golf and possibly cheer again.
Wow, let's rewind you want to be a trauma surgeon?
I did, but not anymore.
Not anymore. Did that come from watching lots of Grey's Anatomy, or where was that born from?
Yeah, that was from a lot of Grey's Anatomy.
Okay, so do you have an idea of maybe what you want to do instead? But you got plenty of time anyway to figure that out.
Well, I've always really wanted to become an artist, but for a side little backup plan, I think I'd go into business or entrepreneurship.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so you've definitely got plenty of time, and you've got plenty of avenues to explore. I'm here with Rich High Junior Hannah Rex. Hannah, one final question for you. We've got Coach Pace next to us right now, so with her ears closed, what kind of coach is Coach Pace, and how much fun is it working with her?
She's fun. She makes us work hard, and she definitely helps us get better.
Well, Hannah, thank you so much for the time today. I had a blast catching up with you.
Thank you.
That is Rich High Junior Hannah Rex. We've got a little over 4 minutes to go until the Rebels and the Panthers varsity crews are going to face off right now. Rich JV leading Cokeville 45-22. All right, let's check out what else we have on our pregame coverage until we get to tip off. It's the Coaches Show coming up next with Pam Cornea from Town & Country Realty, and then we'll have our Lake Town Ledger and a lot more. So don't go anywhere. We are closing in on tip-off between the Rebels and the Panthers at the end of this JV1.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
We got the JV matchup going on right now between the Rebels and the Cokeville Panthers. Rich leading 47-23 with a little over 3 minutes to go, and we're ready to introduce our Coaches Show. Coaches Show brought to you by Town & Country Realty with Pam Cornea, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. Pam Cornea at Town & Country Realty. Call her at 435-779-0012. So the Rebels are coached by Cody Lundgren. His squad enters with a 5-6 overall record, and then the Cokeville Panthers are manned by Bryant Teichert, and their Panthers record with a 7-4 mark. So we'll have the interview with Cokeville first with Bryant Teichert, and then at the end of that, we're going to switch over to the Rebels head coach Cody Lundgren, who is very excited to get back on the court after a bit of a COVID hiatus. So we'll have that coming on up on the other side of the break here.
As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch, Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch, Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
I'm now with the Cokeville Panthers girls basketball head coach, Brian Teichert. Coach, thanks for the time again. Looking forward to the second round here between the Rebels and the Panthers. You guys lost by 7 in the first matchup back in Randolph. What's the biggest improvement you want to see out of your crew in the second game?
Stop offensive rebounds.
Fair enough. Straight into the point there. So when it comes to picking up rebounds off the glass, what kind of adjustments can we expect to see, or is it just about execution?
Well, I don't know. I hope we block out better and then attack the ball, pursue the ball. It's all about whether we're going to block out and pursue the ball or not.
Coach, talk to me about what a home field advantage looks like, a home court advantage looks like for the Panthers this year.
I don't know if there is a home court advantage. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't know. We get beat by the good teams, and we beat the teams that aren't very good.
Fair enough. All right. Let's switch gears a little bit. How about you tell me about some of the key players on your team and who's really impressed you in the last couple games?
Well, nobody has really impressed me on our team. We've got a lot of good girls that do a lot of good things, and no one has really stepped it up to show that they're a player that are going to block out and rebound. there's nobody that is blocking out and rebounding well, pursuing the ball and getting after it. Nobody that is giving us 100% by working hard every play. And that's our problem right now. We just are. We have times when we do it and do it well, but we'll do it 2 times down the floor, and the next time, like we're not even on the floor, but we're on the floor. So until we become consistent with everybody, when we become consistent with everybody doing what they need to do, I think we're going to be a pretty good basketball team. But that hasn't happened yet, and it needs to start happening. We're getting towards the end of the year. We need to develop that kind of consistency.
Coach, as you talk about getting closer to the end of the year, you guys are still very young in your conference season. How does a game against the Rebels help or maybe disrupt that conference schedule?
No, it's good. We're glad to have it and glad to have it this late in the year because Rich High School is the kind of team that we need to be able to compete against in order to be in the hunt for a state title. Our conference is a little down, and this is our last game other than a conference game that we're going to have. And so we really need this game. This is good for us. And because they expose our weaknesses. Good teams expose your weaknesses and give you something to work on. And so this is critical for us. We're excited to have them and glad that they're coming to play. And we've got to step up and play if we want to be the kind of team that's in the contention for a state title again this year. Because there's teams like them on the other side of the state. There's 3-4 good teams in our state. And when we've got to be able to, that are as good as Rich. So if we can't be in the hunt here with Rich, then we can't be in hunt for state title. So,
Coach Teichert, one final question for you today. It's the Rebels' first game in nearly 2 weeks when they face off against you guys. Will you take that into account in your game plan and the strategy you guys want to use, or is it just another game?
Well, it's really just another game. We're just focused on us trying to be better. And the number one area where we got to be better is we can't allow opponents to get rebounds. We lost to Grace, Idaho, and they're a good team. They're like Rich. They're a good team. We lost 57-52 last week. But there were 23 rebounds from the defensive side for us, but we only got 12 of those, and they got 11. And of those 11 offensive rebounds that they got, they scored 9 times after those 11 offensive rebounds. So that's 18 points they scored just off of getting offensive rebounds. That's huge. And so that's got to change. And so that's why I'm a little, and it's not just one person, it's the whole team has got to be more focused on this.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time today. I'm looking forward to the matchup.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yep, that's Cokeville girls basketball head coach Brian Teichert.
We got more to go over on our Pam Corner with Town & Country Realty Coaches Show, but the JV matchup just wrapped up with the Rebels winning 50-30, and let's see how long they're going to give the two varsity sides to warm up. The game was scheduled to begin in 11 minutes at 6 p.m. They usually give them between 10 to 15 minutes to warm up, so we'll see about that. But we got a lot more ground to cover in our pregame coverage for this one. When we return, we're going to hear from the Rebels girls basketball head coach Cody Lundgren here on the Pam Corney with Town & Country Realty Coaches Show.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Success is no accident. It comes from constant hard work, perseverance, sacrifice, and learning from failure. Laketown Mayor Burdette Weston and council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White encourage the Rich High Rebels to continue to do whatever it takes to succeed in academics, activities, and athletics. The Town Council and citizens of Laketown celebrate the success of all the students and staff in the Rich School District.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
I'm now with Rich High girls basketball head coach Cody Lundgren. Coach, great chatting with you, and great topic we got to discuss today, and that is that you guys are back on the court. So how did it feel to be back in action?
It felt great to be back in the court and having the girls go up and down, and it was good.
Yeah, so that first practice coming on February 1st, was there some jitters? Did some of the girls maybe look a little rusty, or right back in the swing of things?
No, for the most part, they were right back in the swing of things. There was a confident look in their face. I mean, after having 2 weeks off, there was a little bit of sloppiness in the gym, but that's to be expected.
Yep, so talking about 2 weeks off, and you guys have Cokeville this Thursday, what are you expecting to see out of the Panthers in the second go-around?
I expect to see the same thing we saw the first time we played on. They're a very fast team. They're very disciplined. They run a side break. They run it very well, and then they're very athletic. So we got to be ready for them.
Back in that first matchup on January 14th, you guys won by 7. Are you of the mindset that beating a team twice is difficult, or hey, it's just a different game, just another game, no biggie?
With the game of basketball, I think beating any team any night's difficult. You always got to make sure that basketball finds its place in the basket. So it's going to change night in and night out how we do that, and Cokeville's a very tough team. It's going to be a tough game whenever we play them.
Coach, looking ahead at the schedule too, you guys have Tabiona and Providence Hall this weekend. Are you taking it one game at a time and focusing just on Cokeville to start, or are you kind of spreading it across those 3 teams?
No, our philosophy and our program is to worry about what we do and just keep working on that. And as we need to, we can make adjustments to that. We'll make, depending on what team we see, we have different defenses, different offenses that we run, and we just keep focusing on that. Obviously, each team has tendencies like Cokeville does and Tabiona does. Tabiona is going to try to slow the game down for us, which they did a good job at in Tabiona. So Providence Hall, we don't see them as much, but they're usually very athletic. So we just play our game.
Coach, one final question for you today. As I was getting ready for my preparation for that Cokeville broadcast, I was trying to come up with 3 keys to the game, and I figured you'd probably be the best person to ask when it comes to having a 2-week break. What are some of the keys you want to see and some important things you're going to look for against Cokeville?
Well, we have to have great transition defense. We have to rebound the basketball, and we have to limit turnovers.
Coach, thank you so much for the time. Looking forward to the matchup.
You bet. Thank you.
Yep, that's Rich High girls basketball head coach Cody Lundgren.
We got about 10.5 minutes to go until tip-off between the Rebels and the Panthers. The girls are going to go first, and then the boys will begin their game at the conclusion of this one. But 4 quarters separating the Rebels and the Panthers. Rich trying to get back to 500, 6-6, while the Panthers are trying to boost their record as they're a little younger in their season, getting started with their conference play. So what else is going on in our pregame coverage before we get to tip-off? We've got the Town of Laketown Ledger. And then we'll have our keys in the game, the Old Chicago Pizza in Logan pregame slice, and then the starting lineups all before tip-off. A lot of great things going on. Keep it right here on Rebel Radio. It's Rich and Cokeville.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help. With residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more, Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit bearlakerealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
Welcome back to Cokeville High for the Rebels and Panthers matchup. 8.5 minutes on the clock for warm-ups, and then the first quarter will get underway, and that gives us plenty of time to check out the Lake Town Ledger. Let's learn a little bit about the history between these two sides. If there was a history book for this, it would be a pamphlet, not a novel. Not a lot for Rich and Cokeville all together. The girls have played a handful of times, though, and Rich leads the series 11-2. Last time they met up, not too long ago, January 14th, back in Randolph, Rich took down the Panthers 52-45. And in the coaches show, pregame show, with Brian Teichert for the Panthers, he talked about overall effort and hustle. That's what he wants to see out of his side. I don't think he's very content with the maximum amount of effort putting in from all 5 players on the court, so that's going to be something to monitor throughout this game. Another thing I want to put out here, and I spoke with Rob Leifson about this in my Rebel Update, which airs every weekday at 3:30 on 98.3 FM KADQ. There's not a lot of history between Rich and Cokeville. These are two schools that are separated by what, 35 miles? Something in that ballpark? And not a lot of basketball. I mean, when the boys get on the court later tonight, that'll be the first time Rich boys basketball has ever played here at Cokeville, which blows my mind. So if anyone can maybe direct me into put me in the direction of why these two schools don't have a lot of history, but despite being the closest high school to Rich, outside of maybe Evanston High School, I would love to know. I'd love to know what affair or what drama took place decades ago and put these two sides, despite being 35 miles apart, 350 miles apart it seems like. But that's our Lake Town Ledger. It's brought to you by the town of Lake Town. Good luck from the Rebels. Good luck, Rebels, from the Mayor and Town Council of Lake Town, Mayor Burdette Weston, Council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvy, Delora White, and Eldon Robinson. Let's get into our Rich County government keys of the game, and Coach Lundgren hinted at them. First key of the game, fundamentals. Haven't played in 19 days. You don't want to bite off more than you can chew. Try to keep it as simple as possible. Shooting, passing, rebounding, the fundamentals of basketball. Second key, transition defense. I stole this one from Coach Lundgren. Especially when you haven't played in 19 days, your legs may not be under you, so you don't want to give up any quick baskets the other direction. It's about getting back on D and forcing the Panthers to earn those points. And finally, the third key, a strong start. Don't want to come out slow. You don't want to find yourself in a major hole and not remember those shooting motions. I mean, I may be being a little bit dramatic here, but strong start for the Rebels I think will be very important tonight. Those are our 3 keys of the game. We've got a little under 5.5 to go until tip-off between Rich and Cokeville. And let's continue on for the rest of our pregame coverage. How about our pregame slice? It's brought to you by Old Chicago Pizza and Tap Room. Pizzas and more built from scratch, one delicious ingredient at a time. 795 East, 1400 North in Logan. And as someone who is from the Chicagoland area and knows a thing or two about some good pies, they've got it over there at Old Chicago Pizza and Tap Room. So the Rebels on the road, they will be wearing their road blue uniforms with white Rebels across the chest and white numbers on the front and back. As for the Cokeville Panthers, they are in their home white and orange combination uniforms with Cokeville dotted across their chests. And as for the crowd here at Cokeville High, I would say, if I had to give it a rating in a school metric, how about a B+? With the COVID-19 protocols and whatnot, you can't pack the house. So with that being said, we're seeing a lot of fans out here, some social distancing, a lot of masks being worn. So a lot of great stuff happening. And As for the gym itself, pretty beautiful gymnasium too. Cokeville's a tough place to come into. They're known for their football, but don't sleep on their basketball as well. That's our pregame slice brought to you by Old Chicago Pizza in Logan. Now time for the Lutz Construction starting lineups. Rebels coming in with a 5-6 mark, 2-0 in their region play, and here's our projected starters. It'll be 4 seniors and 1 junior for Rich, led by McKenna Stacy and her 13.7 points per game, 7.1 rebounds to go along with it. Behind her, it is Sage Tingy, the senior guard, 6.5 points per game, and she's got a knack for getting those rebounds. She's averaging just over 4 boards per game. Then the only junior in the starting lineup, Taylor McKee, a little under 7.5 points per game for the guard, and just over 2 rebounds as well. Up next, it's senior Taylor Cornea, a defensive nightmare at times for the opponent. She averages 2.5 points per game and 1.4 boards to go with it. And finally, the center, number 35, senior JC Cornea, reeling in 4.5 rebounds per game with 5.5 points per game as well. As for the Cokeville Panthers, they come in with a 7-4 mark, 2-0 in their region play. They are led by junior Emmy Barnes, a very dynamic scorer. She averages 16.5 points per game and 6.7 rebounds. Then you got guard Kylie Dayton, 7 points per game. Senior Tana Tykert, along with senior Riley Tykert. And finally, it's senior Hallie Harmon, who averages 5.2 points per game. So looking at this Cokeville starting lineup, 2 players who average over 10 points per game. And then you've got Kylie Dayton averaging 7 in 3rd place. All right, everyone, we've got 2 minutes to go until tip-off between the Rebels and the Panthers. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we return, we'll probably have the national anthem going on and some other great stuff, including the starting lineups, all before tip-off right here at Cokeville High. You're listening to Rebel Radio on 98.3 FM KADQ and video coverage on mylocalradio.com.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
Welcome back to Cokeville High for today's matchup between the Rebels and the Panthers. And for those of you watching our video stream, we're going to get that fixed for you guys. And now I think they're reading the starting lineups. So Taylor McKee, the only junior in the starting ranks, getting the start tonight. Then it's senior JC Cornea. Taylor Cornea as well. McKenna Stacy, and I have a feeling up next will be Sage Tingy. Indeed it is. So the usual 5 for the Rebels are out there. And now it's time for the Cokeville Panthers starting lineups. Senior Harley Harmon in the starting ranks. And it's Riley Tykert, a senior as well. 3 seniors to open up the starting lineup. Tana Tykert. Here's junior Emmy Barnes. And finally, it's Kylie Dayton. All right, everyone, we are ready to go here from Cokeville High for today's matchup between the Rebels and the Panthers. I'm Matthew Peterson. We're in for a great matchup as Rich will resume girls basketball operations. And in Wyoming, there is no tip-off, so the Rebels will start with an inbound pass that goes to Stacy. She dribbles across the court, now takes a pass into the corner, moves up the arc and passes it off to Tingy beyond the perimeter. Tingy nearly pulled up just inside the three-point line. Instead, a whistle blows, and I believe it's going to be a 3-second violation on Taylor Cornea, and indeed it is. So it's going to be Cokeville basketball, scoreless on the Station on Main scoreboard, with 7:40 and counting to go in the opening quarter. And there's Sage Tingy ripping the ball away from defender beneath the basket, and overhead pass from Stacy's intercepted, and the Panthers have it. They push down the court themselves. Some mayhem from both sides, and a turnover by Cokeville as their pass gets out of play, and the Rebels will catch their breath and maybe slow things down after pushing down on the pedal to open up this first quarter. Stacy approaching the half-court line, now she gets across it. Goes to McKee on the near wing. Down low to Ting, who kicks it out along the baseline to J.C. Cornea, now moved back up top to McKee. McKee goes to the far wing where Taylor Cornea was waiting, now dribbling in, now passing off to J.C. Cornea on the near wing. She passes up top to Taylor Cornea, I beg your pardon, who gives it across to Stacy. Stacy feeding it to Cornea, who pulls up mid-range. Shots off the glass, no good, and it's rebounded by the Panthers. Emmy Barnes comes up with it, and now she hands it off to Kylie Dayton. On the perimeter right now with Harley Harmon, whose pass gets out of the peripheral vision of Barnes, out of play, and it's going to be Rebel basketball. Scoreless here after a minute plus in Cokeville. A couple turnovers each sides, going each way. Only one shot attempt so far. Stacy dribbling across half court, passes to the elbow where Tingy waits for it. She goes to Cornea from mid-range. She's got that one to go. And the Rebels are on the scoreboard thanks to senior J.C. Cornea. It's 2-0 Rich. Panthers trying to respond. They pass the ball along the perimeter. Cokeville's offense sometimes can be hit or miss. Right now it's with Kylie Dayton. Passing off to Barnes for a wing three. That's no good. Ball gets out of play. Last touch by a Rebel, the referees indicate, so it's going to stay with the home team. 2-0 Rich with 6:07 to go in the first quarter. Cokeville pops the three. That's no good, but once again, last touch by a Rebel as the loose ball got out of play, and it's going to stay with the Panthers. Barnes to inbound. Her inbound pass is taken away by Stacy. She's on a breakaway. Stacy on the right side. Layup no good. Put back by a trailing McKee. That's also off the mark, and Barnes comes up with the rebound. She passes up the court. Nice pass. Good finish, and one. A precision pass up the court to Riley Tykert, who had a little bit of room beneath the basket before she was fouled, and we're all even at 2. With a free throw coming up for Cokeville and an opportunity to take the lead. 5:51 remaining in the first quarter. Our first quarters are brought to you by T7 Propane. For all of your propane needs, give them a call as Tykert knocks down the first free throw. 793-4208. So it's 3-2 for the home team. McKee driving in for the Rebels, goes off to Cornea, passes off to Tylee Cornea, I beg your pardon. And there is Stacy lurking on the forecheck and knocks the ball out of play, but the ball possession will remain with Cokeville. Panthers have it in the corner right now with Barnes. Barnes passing it up top to Dayton. She does a cross-court pass, and it goes all the way over to Tana Tyker. Cokeville passing the ball along the perimeter. Barnes stepping in, looking down low. Cornea there for the steal. What a wonderful steal. Now the Rebels passing the ball up the court, but too far out of the reach from McKee to Cornea. And it gets out of play, and Cokeville will erase that turnover as they take the ball back. But a great Rich County government steal by J.C. Cornea. Panthers pushing the ball up the court. Tyker dribbling along the baseline, ran out of real estate, shot no good. Stacy comes up with it. Stacy looking down low to Tingy at the block. She falls to her knees, whistle blows, and that'll be a travel. Good idea by the two players right there, but Tingy unable to corral the ball and went to the floor with it, and that's an easy travel call for the officials. 4:53 to go in the T7 Propane first quarter. Rebels trailing 3-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Right now, Cokeville moving the ball inside, and dropping the pass was Demi Harmon, who just checked into the game for Cokeville. A whistle, though, and a foul, I believe, is going to be on the Rebels. Indeed it is. It's on Taylor Cornea, her team's first as well. Cokeville thought about shooting a corner three. Instead, they go inside to Barnes. Her shot rolls off the rim. Second chance is no good as well after an offensive rebound. But then Stacy dribbled the ball off her foot. Ball went out of play. I think they're going to call a foul. Or is it poked out by Cokeville? I thought it went off her foot, and the Rebels are going to benefit from that call right there. So Rich will retain possession with 4:35 to go in the opening quarter. Rebels down 3-2. Stacy dribbling the ball across the timeline. Now puts on the moves and trying to shake the defender. Instead, she passes to McKee on the near wing. McKee with a lot of traffic dishes it out to Tingy at the top of the arc. She hands it off to McKee, who makes her way across to the left wing. McKee dribbling around, goes inside the paint now, picks up her dribble, kicks it out to Tingy, who dribbles along the baseline. Back outside to McKee for a wing three. That's off the target. Offensive rebound, no, it got through the hands of Tingy and goes to Barnes. She crosses half court and gets it out to Dayton. Dayton gives it right back to Barnes on the near wing. Inside pass was tipped, but loose ball picked up by a Panther. Her shot's no good. Rebound, who's got it? Loose ball, both teams scrambling for it. Jump ball is called, and the possession arrow is favoring the Rebels. So we get a Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball, and it's going to be Rich basketball. Taylor Cornea checks out for Brittany Lamborn, the junior. .351 to go in the first quarter. Rebels trailing 3-2 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Stacy dribbles across half court, picks up her dribble and goes to McKee on the near wing. Inside to Ting, who hands it right back to McKee. And she flips it over to Stacy, who dribbles inside to the block, draws some contact, whistle blows, and a shooting foul as McKenna Stacy will take a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Rebels so far offensively have struggled to generate many opportunities or looks, and so a great way to get out of a funk is get to the free throw line. Good opportunity to pick up free points. Stacy, first free throw on the way, and it falls. Levels the score at 3. So a bit of a drought for both teams, as neither side had scored for a handful of minutes. Second free throw on the way, no good. Rebounded though offensively by Cornea. She goes back inside to Stacy at the block, who kicks it out to Cornea and moved up top to McKee at beyond the arc. McKee dribbles to the left side, inside the perimeter, kicks it out to Lamborn on the wing. She moves a cross-court pass to Cornea on the near wing, who passes to Stacy at the top of the arc. Stacy takes a dribble and passes off to McKee. McKee dribbling up inside the free throw line, had her shot blocked, goes to Lamborn, who dished out to Cornea at the block. Beneath the basket, shots no good. Rebounded by Cokeville. Here come the Panthers, pushing it up the court. Down low, shot no good. Rebound, whistle blows first. Panthers draw another foul. That is the second foul for Rich in the first quarter. First on Brittany Lamborn. Mackenzie Smith checks in for J.C. Cornea, the junior making her first appearance in the varsity matchup. Played a handful of minutes back in that JV game, which the Rebels won handily. Cokeville, look inside, and shooting foul. Right beneath the basket was an open Kellyanne Toomer, who draws some contact, and now she takes a trip to the free throw line herself with an opportunity to put her side back in charge, and first free throw, toilet bowl's out. 2:54 to go in the first quarter. We're all even at 3 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Kellyanne Toomer, a junior. Second free throw is good. So it's 4-3 Cokeville. Stacy dribbles across the timeline. Wants to use a screen. She's got a lot of traffic, and she eventually gets it out to McKee, who is harassed, and passes to Smith on the far wing. Smith dribbling in and jump ball, and she got tied up as she crossed the elbow, and it's going to be Cokeville basketball with 2:40 to go in the opening quarter, presented to you by T7 Propane. Substitutions being made by the Panthers. Demi Harmon and Kellyanne Toomer checking out. Cokeville moving the ball along the perimeter, going up top to Dayton. She passes to the near side for Jordan Nate, who just checked in. Panthers spot up a wing three. That's no good. Offensive rebound, second chance, no good as well. So the Panthers are getting some good offensive boards, but they're just not cashing it in right now. And if they begin to, that would be a troublesome scenario for Rich. Rebels moving it inside to Tiggy. Her shot's no good. Second chance for Smith, also off the target. And the Panthers come up with a defensive rebound with 2 minutes and counting to go in the first frame. Panthers pass the ball down low, and a great block by Sage Tingy. That's one of the better blocks you'll see all year, as Tingy just swatted that one to a new zip code. It's going to be Cokeville to inbound it beneath the Rebel basket. Barnes inbounds it out to Dayton on the wing. She feeds it back to Barnes at the block. Harass going up and putting it in. 6-3, Cokeville adding on to their lead. Rebels have it on the offensive end with McKee now. In the corner with Stacy. She passes to McKee for three, off the target. Ball gets out of play. Her shot from the top of the arc hit the rim and scooted its way out of bounds. 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. Tingy checks out for Dixie Hufferker. Don't usually see Dixie Hufferker in the first quarter, but she had a great basket back in that JV game. Able to catch that as I was doing my last pregame notes. So good to see her out on the court. Here are the Panthers. They've got the ball for a top-of-the-arc three from Dayton. That's short, rebounded by Smith. Hands it off to McKee. She dribbles across half court. A wide-open lane to the basket, draws some contact. 2 free throws coming up as the basket was no good. But a good recognition by Taylor McKee. You got to stop ball first if you're the defense, and no one on Cokeville did, so McKee said, excuse you, I'll just go right to the hoop. 2 free throws coming up for McKee. The junior starter knocks down the first. 6-4 Cokeville with 1:10 to go in the opening quarter. Second free throw for McKee. Too deep, rebounded by Hufferker on the offensive glass, and a jump ball was called. Great hustle by Dixie Hufferker. And it's going to be Rich Rebel basketball. They will inbound it beneath the Cokeville basket. Stacy to do the honors. She goes to Hufferker at the block, goes up, draws contact, more free throws coming up. That is the third team foul for Cokeville. First foul on Kylie Dayton, and Dixie Hufferker back to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. The Rebels returning to it just after a split free throw attempt by Taylor McKee. First free throw from Dixie goes in and out, no good. Low scoring start here in the first quarter. Let's see if these two defenses will crumble if the offenses begin to figure them out. Hufferker's second free throw attempt on the way, and good. 1 point game. 6-5 Cokeville, and there's Stacy with a big steal. She pushes the ball up the court, goes up with the shot, and good. McKenna Stacy doing it all, defense into offense, and the Rebels take the lead just like that. It's 7-6 Rich. 45 seconds to go. Panthers moving the ball along the perimeter right now, and it goes to Barnes on the near wing. She goes inside, and who else but Stacy forces an issue and pokes the ball away for a steal. And then McKee turns it over, looking for Huffaker down low. Barnes coming the other way with the inside the paint, going up for a layup, whistle blew, and a foul on Stacy. Barnes to the free throw line. Stacy took a hard hit, a thundering clap to the floor. Glad to see she's okay. Tough player right there. That's only her first foul, thankfully, but the fourth foul for the Rebels in the first half. Barnes' first free throw attempt is good. Levels the score at 7 apiece with 25 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Barnes averaging about 16 points per game as her second free throw rims out. Huffaker grabbed the board, and now she hands it off to Stacy, who dribbles across half court. 16 seconds to go. Stacy beyond the three-point line, goes to McKee on the near wing, who hands it off to Stacy, dribbling inside, goes to the block, kicks out to Smith for a mid-range shot. That's short, 5 seconds, rebounded by Cokeville. And a whistle blew, a foul on Brittany Lamborn. That's her second. It's going to be the team's fifth. We're all even at 7 apiece. No free throws coming up. They're going to call the foul on J.C. Cornea, actually. That's only her. Nope, now they fix it to Lamborn. At the buzzer, three-point shot, off the glass and good. Quick restart by Cokeville, and Tana Teicher knocks it in off the backboard to put her side ahead going into the second quarter. So at the end of the T7 Propane first quarter, it's the home Panthers leading the Rich Rebels 10-7 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Welcome back to Cokeville High. The Rebels trailing 10-7 after a buzzer beater 3 from the Panthers to close out the first frame. And now we're getting ready for our Stacy's Repair second quarter. It's the Rebels' first game in quite some time. You got to go all the way back till January 16th, 19 days or 18 depending how you want to count them. But regardless, a bit of a slow start offensively. Now defensively, we've seen a lot of steals. We had a great Sage Tingy block. That may be our Auto Farm Chevrolet play of the game. So a lot to be proud about defensively. Offensively, they just got to get into a groove and a rhythm. Cokeville will start the second quarter with the basketball. They pass it on the far wing and move it back up top to Kylie Dayton. Dayton moving it over to Riley Teicher. Right now it's with Toomer and back to Dayton. Barnes dribbling inside the perimeter, handing it off in the corner for Teicher. Dayton passing it around, and the Panthers content with moving it outside the three-point line, leading by 3 to start the second quarter. Dayton goes over to Toomer. She dribbles in, gets stuck beneath the basket, kicks it out to Barnes, whose 6-foot shot is no good. Ball went out of play, last touch by a Panther. It'll be Rebel basketball. Dixie Huffaker out on the court for Rich with McKenna Stacy, Sage Tingy, Taylor McKee, and J.C. Cornea. Stacy approaching the timeline, now getting across it. She dribbles inside the perimeter and loses the ball on her way up to the basket. Here come the Panthers, 3-on-1. Barnes going up with it. Shot is no good. Gets her own miss and blocked by Cornea. What a great block by J.C. Cornea. Here come the Rebels now. They go up top to an open Cornea layup. No good. Oh, tough miss there. J.C. Cornea with a beautiful block, and then a wide open layup attempt is just no good, and ball got out of play. It's going to be Rebel basketball, though. A Crawford trough inbound play goes to Sage Tingey. Her shot is good. Beautiful orchestrated inbound play by Coach Lundgren. And it's 10-9, Panthers leading still. That's Sage Tingey's first points of the game. Barnes moving along the baseline, putting up a shot, no good. Loose ball rebounded by, who's got it? Tingey does. After a couple jumping fish, it eventually goes to Sage Tingey. McKee on the near wing for the Rebels, working offensively. Plenty of distance between her and the three-point now. Now she dribbles closer to it and backs up. Inside the arc. Kicks it out to Stacy for a corner three. Money! Rebels retake the lead thanks to a three-point shot from McKenna Stacy. And it's 12-10, Rich on the Station on Main scoreboard. But a quick transition basket from Cokeville levels the score at 12. And the offenses for both sides picking up some steam with just under 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Stacy lost it, whistle blew, and I think they're going to call a foul on Kellyanne Toomer. She was guarding Stacy, and Stacy made a quick cut to her left, went to the floor as the dribble went off someone's foot, but a whistle blew, and it's going to be Rebel basketball. They'll inbound it on the far side. Inbound pass, not a good one. It gets away from Stacy, and it's picked up by the Panthers. Barnes has it on the near wing, passes off to Dayton. Gives it right back to Barnes in the near corner. She dribbles in, dishes it out to the free throw line. Whistle blew as Tana Tykert got fouled on her way up to shoot it from the free throw line. And 2 free throws coming up. Foul is on Sage Tingey, her first, team 6. 5.5 to go in the first half as Tykert knocks down the first free throw to put her side back in charge. 13-12 Panthers. Darlene Peterson just checked in, but now she's checking in officially for Dixie Huffaker. Peterson adding some height to that Rebels team, and always a big bolt of energy. Second free throw from Tykert, no good. Offensive rebound, though, by Cokeville. They get it back up top to Tykert, and the Panthers will put up a three-point shot. That's no good from the wing. Rebounded by Peterson, but she lost it and goes right back to Cokeville. So they'll reset their offense. They go inside, and they turn it over. Cornia comes up with the ball. She hands it across to McKee, who dribbles across the midcourt line. Taylor McKee making her way and losing the ball, but regaining possession, and now she has it on the near wing. She dribbles up the arc and backs out of the three-point line, wants to get rid of it, doesn't know where to go, so she goes to J.C. Cornia on the far side. Cornia passes back to McKee at the top of the key. Now with Ambria Lutz on the near wing, who just checked in. Lutz, cross-court pass, and a timeout is called by Coach Lundgren. With 4:43 to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Rebels trailing 13-12 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Cokeville leading the Rebels 13-12 with a little under 5 minutes to go in the first half, and a timeout was called by Coach Lundgren with his side trailing and offensively trying to find some sort of rhythm. Here in the second quarter, they've had a three-point shot from McKenna Stacy and a inside basket off an inbound play by Sage Tingey, and that's it. Midway through the second quarter, I beg your pardon. And right now the Rebels have a handful of bench players out there, including Ambria Lutz and Darlene Peterson, giving some starters a rest, including Stacy. Inbound pass from McKee goes to Lutz. She goes to Tingy on the near wing. Gives it across to McKee, and now it's moved inside to Tingy from the block. Her shot rolls around, but ultimately no good. Rebounded by the Panthers. They push it across half court, picking up some speed, putting up a floater. That's no good. A whistle blew, though, and I think it's going to be a shooting foul, and Kylie Dayton will take a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Indeed, she will. So Dayton, one of the starting 5 for Cokeville, a junior guard who knocks down the first free throw. 14-12, and Darlene Peterson checks out for Mackenzie Smith. And now we're looking about second free throw, no good, rebounded by Cornea. She passes it out to McKee, dribbling across half court. McKee making her way down the left side of the court, gets it out to Lutz. Lutz moving her way inside the perimeter, and a couple of reverses ends with an inside pass to Tingy at the block. She was harassed, got fouled on her way up, and a shooting foul as Sage Tingy will try to level the score with 2 free throws coming up, trailing 14-12 with 4:03 to go in the second quarter. Tingy with 2 points in this game so far, and she's got 3 after she knocks down the first free throw. Couple subs being made as J.C. Cornea and McKee check out for Taylor Cornea and McKenna Stacy. Second free throw up and no good. Rebound offensively, no. Smith had it for a moment, then lost it. Here come the Panthers. They push the ball, and an open layup is short, no good by Toomer. A whistle blew, and it has been a busy night for the officials. Ball got out of play. It's going to be Emmy Barnes to inbound it for Cokeville. Panthers beneath the Rebel basket. They go up top to Dayton. She goes back to Barnes on the baseline. Mid-range jumper's good. 16-13. Panthers leading on the Station on Main scoreboard with 3:40 to go in the first half. Stacy dribbling inside the arc, whistle blew, and a foul. A whistle blew, and it's going to be on Cokeville. Foul is on Kellyanne Toomer. That's her first, team's 5th. So the Rebels will inbound it in front of the Cokeville basket with Taylor Cornea. Cornea, inbound pass goes to Stacy. Stacy well beyond the 3-point line, dribbles along the left-hand side of the court, goes to Lutz. Her pass to Stacy was poked away, but a whistle blew, and I think a foul again on Cokeville. So this is going to be something to monitor, as both teams have been very active defensively, and the referee's whistles have been going like a train. Inbound pass from Stacy goes to Cornea beyond the 3-point line. She goes to Stacy on the near wing. Dribbling towards the corner, picks up her dribble. Inside pass to Cornea, shots no good. Offensive rebound by Smith, gives it out to Tingy. Her shot's also no good. And here come the Panthers. Toomer dribbling across half court. They go to Barnes on the near wing. Barnes opting not to shoot the 3-point shot. Instead, she dribbles in where she draws contact on her shot, and 2 free throws coming up. That's the 8th foul for the Rebels. First on Ambria Lutz. Barnes to the free throw line. First free throw no good, trying to add on to her team's 3-point lead. It's 16-13 for the home side. Barnes' second free throw attempt falls. 17-13 Cokeville. Rebels down 4. Stacy dribbles across midcourt. Approaching the 3-point line, goes to Lutz on the near wing, who hands it off to Stacy, now dribbles her way towards the baseline. Back out to Ting, who gives it back to Stacy. Pump fake down a 3, dribbles towards the free throw line, gets it out to Lutz. Lutz inside at the block to Tingy. Shots no good. Offensive rebound, whistle blew, and a offensive foul on Taylor Cornea on the rebound. So it's going to be Cokeville basketball with 2:40 to go, and that is a defensive foul, so it's going to be free throws coming up, as that is the 9th foul for the Rebels this half. Second on Cornea, and we're at the front half of a 1-and-1 now. Free throw up and good. 18-13 lead for the Panthers on the Station on Main scoreboard. Second free throw up and good as well. 6-point game with a little over 2.5 to play in the first half. Stacy dribbling up the court and going to McKee. McKee pass to Smith on the near wing. Smith giving it right back to McKee at the top of the arc. She takes a few dribbles, enters the perimeter, and flips it over to Stacy beyond the three-point line, who dribbles in herself, and now it's with Smith. Her shot's no good, and it's rebounded by Nate. Nate dribbling up the court, handing it off to Toomer. Layup falls. 21-13, the biggest lead by far for either side this game. And that ball went out of play. Last touch by Cokeville as the Rebels push the ball up the court. Lamborn checks in for Taylor Cornea. It's going to be a Rich Rebel Crawford Trough inbound play. It goes to Stacy on the Rebel half for the court. Now she dribbles over. Stacy goes to Lamborn at the elbow. Gives it back to Stacy for three. Yes! Big basket and a much needed one for the Rebels and McKenna Stacy. It's 21-16. That's Stacy's second triple of the quarter. Toomer passing it off to Tyker for three in the corner. No good. Rebound by Tingy. Rebels trailing by 5 with 90 seconds to go. Big heave goes up the court to McKee, who draws contact and one. Taylor McKee put her nose down and made her way towards the basket. Picked up some slaps along the way, finished the play off, and now an opportunity to get 3 points the old-fashioned way. 21-18. So the Rebels pick up 5 quick points to respond to a run by Cokeville. And now McKee at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line, trying to add on to this play here potentially and cut into the deficit. Free throw up and no good. Rebounded by Tingy, who's got it. No, the Panthers do. A couple players diving for it, but Cokeville comes away with it. They throw it down low, loose ball, scramble for it. Panthers had it, and a foul on Rich. The entry pass got tipped and eventually went off the backboard, hit a couple unexpected hands, heads, shoulders, and eventually made its way beneath the basket where the Rebels were called for a push. That's the 10th foul for Rich this half, 2 free throws as a result. And missing the front half of those 2 was Harley Harmon. So we'll keep it at a 3-point game for now with 1:16 to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. Harmon's second free throw no good as well. 0 for 2. Rebounded by McKee. She passes up to Stacy. Dribbles inside the block. Dishes out to Lamborn. Open on the other side, and she puts it home. 1-point game. 21-20. Rebels trailing with a minute to go in the first half. Panthers offense passing it out to Dayton on the near wing. She goes to Barnes in the corner. 50 seconds to play. Cross-court pass to Tyker. Whistle blew, and 2 free throws coming up. Didn't see what the call is, but it's on Sage Tingy. It was an off-ball foul, and it's going to be 2 free throw attempts for Cokeville, who lead by just 1 after leading by 8 a moment to go. Rebels have gone on a 7-0 run as Harmon banks in the first free throw. Stacy going in and out of the game. She just checked out right now. Second free throw no good. Rebounded by Cornea. Cornea passes it off to McKee. 40 seconds to play in the half. McKee beyond the 3-point line. Dribbles down the left-hand side. Trying to issue out some commands. Hands it off to Lamborn. Lamborn stuck and gives it right back to McKee. Under 30 seconds to play. McKee picks up her dribble, goes to Lutz on the near wing. Her pass inside was no good for Cornea, and now here come the Panthers. They push it up the court to an open player. Tykert initially couldn't take the pass, regained possession, and a jump ball called. JC Cornea got her hands involved on the missed free throw, on the missed layup, and it'll be a inbound play now for Cokeville with 12.6 seconds to go in the first half. Barnes to inbound it for the Panthers. Goes to Dayton beyond the three-point line. Gives it back to Barnes at mid-range. Cross-court pass goes to Tykert. Tykert pulls up from the elbow and falls. 2 seconds. Rebels got to inbound it. 1 second. Full court heave. No good. And the first half comes to an end like that. Rebels down 4, 24-20. After 16 minutes of basketball here in Cokeville. Rich trying to make some adjustments and retake the lead in the second half. We've got our halftime coverage coming up, including our Town of Randolph first half highlights, so don't go anywhere. A 4-point game here at halftime between the Rebels and the Panthers.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
It's halftime here in Cokeville. The Rebels trailing 24-20 against the Panthers. And let's get into some of our halftime coverage for this one, including our Town of Randolph first half highlights. We'll do that on the other side of the break. But first, let's check out some stats from the first half. So, the Rebels were led by McKenna Stacy, who had 9 points. She had 2 triples in the second quarter. Behind Stacy, a couple players chiming in with a basket or two, including off the bench you had both Dixie Huffaker and Brittany Lamborn scoring points. Lamborn had a basket and Huffaker with a single free throw. Taylor McKee and Sage Tingy have 3 points as well, and JC Cornea with a basket for herself. That's the Rebels scoring. We had some great steals and some great defense we're going to talk about. And on the other side of the break, those will definitely be included in our Town of Randolph first half highlights. It's the Rebels trailing the Cokeville Panthers 24-20 at the end of the first half.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
24-20 lead for the home Cokeville Panthers over the Rich Rebels girls basketball here in the Cowboy State. And let's get into our first half highlights right now. They're presented to you by the town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from the mayor, board members, and the town clerk. So, first half highlights for the Rich Rebels. I'm a sucker for defense, and we had some great defensive highlights, including some nasty blocks and steals. Both J.C. Cornea and Sage Tingy with great blocks from behind, just clearing out the defense. So great defensive blocks by those two. And then steals. McKenna Stacy had a great Rich County government steal, which he turned into points on the other end. We've seen the Rebels, if you know football, they kind of sat back like DBs and just jumped a couple of routes, and whether they've been stolen or tipped and knocked out of play, we've seen a lot of jump from the Rebels defensively so far. Offensively, though, haven't seen that rhythm or, I don't know, that rhythm or that spark, really, I guess the best way to put it. And a lot of that can be accredited to the fact that they haven't played basketball in 18 days, so it'll take a little while to get their running legs beneath them, but a couple nice shots from the Rebels offensively, including a pair of three-point shots by McKenna Stacy. A great inbound play, by the way, from Stacy to Sage Tingy, who was open on the block. And then also a couple of good looks by Brittany Lamborn and Taylor McKee with one of the best highlights you will see all year long. McKee jumped to pass, took it the other way, drew some contact on her way up, and completed missed the free throw to complete the three-point play, but a great effort and a great look by Taylor McKee. So it's a 24-20 lead, 24-20 lead for the Cokeville Panthers here on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll step aside for our final break here in the halftime coverage of this one, and then when we return, it'll be time for the third quarter of Rich girls basketball. A quick reminder, at the end of this one, it's a 2-for-1 deal. The boys will get going as well. So some great basketball here at Cokeville High tonight. For now, the Rebels trying to erase a four-point deficit at the end of the first half.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
A little under a minute to go in halftime here between the Rebels and the Cokeville Panthers, and then we will get our third quarter underway. For now, though, let's check out our Bear Lake Realty fan cam. Bear Lake Realty fan cam brought to you by Bear Lake Realty, of course. The most experienced and highest volume realtor in the Bear Lake Valley. Call Gary and Amber McKee today at 435-946-8888. And Gary McKee having a lot of fun with the camera right now. We had a lot of good fans from Rich County making the trip across the state lines to Cokeville, just a little bit east of the wonderful Rich County. So good looking crowd here for the Rebels. They're kind of below the camera, but I promise you they're there. I promise. All right, everyone, we are ready for the third quarter of action now. We'll update our Station on Main scoreboard. Our third quarter is always presented to you by Epic Recreation. Make your vacation an epic one to remember. Rentals in Bear Lake. Call 435-946-EPIC. Or you can find them on Facebook or at epicrecreation.net. And here we go. It'll be the Rebels to inbound it to start this third quarter. McKee facing a little bit of some difficulty, and Stacy turns it over, and an open layup for the Panthers to start the third quarter. Tough break for Rich. Ball just slipped out of the hands of Stacy. 26-20. Stacy on the near wing. Pulls up from the free throw line now. Shot's no good. Rebounded by Teichert. Tana Teichert pass up to Kylie Dayton. Riley Teichert looks inside. Whistle blew as contact was made on Harmon. And some free throws coming up with the Rebels starting this second half off not the way they would have liked to. Quick turnover and now free throws for Cokeville. That foul was on Taylor Cornea, her third, team's first of the half. Harmon misses the front half of two free throws as it was a shooting foul. 7:33 to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Second free throw from Harmon, up, no good. Rebounded by Tingy. Tingy gets it out to McKee. She dribbles her way across the timeline and goes to Corney on the far wing, who gives it right back to McKee. McKee has her dribble poked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Rich. McKee to inbound it. Inbound pass, looking for a friendly face, and has her pass denied, but ball was swatted out of play, so Rich will retain possession. Stacy to do the honors now, inbounding in front of the far bleachers. Inbound pass will go to Cornea. She hands it right back to Stacy. Stacy passing it over to McKee, who gives it right back to her. Now dribbles along the baseline. Whistle blew as Stacy made her way towards the rim. And it's going to be a foul on Cokeville. Team's first foul on Tana Teichert. So a Crawford Trough inbound play now. Inbound pass goes to McKee. McKee gives it right back to Stacy beyond the three-point line. Stacy dribbles on the right half line, right half the court. Whistle blew as contact was made. And a bit of a collision too. Stacy ran past a screen and just plowed into a defender. Both sides to be a little bit shaken up, but looking okay right now as both players still on the court. Stacy to inbound it. Inbound pass goes to Corney at the top of the arc. She dribbles inside the perimeter, then back outside. Flips it across to Stacy. Stacy on the left-hand side of the court. Dribbles towards her right and goes to McKee. McKee dribbling in. Dishes it out to Cornea, who wasn't ready for it. Pass hopped off her hands and got out of play. So it's Cokeville basketball with just under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Rebels trailing 26-20 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Barnes on the far wing. Cross-court pass to Riley Teichert on the near wing. Cokeville moves it over to Barnes again for a wing three. That's no good. Offensive rebound, though, by the Panthers. They go up strong with it. Shot's no good. A saving effort is corralled by Sage Tingy, who gets a move on herself now and brings the ball across half court. Tingy picks up her dribble and passes it across to Stacy. Stacy putting some moves on, dribbling inside the paint, dishing out to Cornea for a mid-range shot, no good. Offensive rebound by Cornea, who is fouled. Good effort by J.C. Cornea, and that's a foul on Cokeville, the team's third of the half, second on Harley Harmon. Inbound pass for Stacy is tipped and out of play. She wanted to go to Taylor Cornea in the corner, but the pass was tipped by a defender, and Rich will inbound it, still on the baseline. Stacy inbounding it now to Tingy. Hands it off to Stacy on the near wing. McKenna dribbling up the arc, and now inside the three-point line. Goes to McKee for three, nails it! Big three-point shot from Taylor McKee, a T7 Propane three-pointer. It's 26-23. Rebels trailing on the Station on Main scoreboard. And Cokeville struggling offensively as that three-point shot just gave some life to the Rebels, it felt like, as that was their first basket in nearly 3.5 minutes. Or 2.5 minutes. Barnes, her three-pointer's no good, but she gets her own miss. Dribbles in, draws contact, a foul. McKee had 3 points in the first half. She has three already in the second now. It's going to be a foul on, not sure who the foul is on for Rich. It's on Stacy, yeah. Her third, team second. Here come the Panthers. They dribble in, kick it out to Barnes on the baseline. Picks up her own miss, and now she goes up top to Dayton. And Cokeville drawing some contact inside, and that was Demi Harmon who got whacked. And now another inbound play for the Panthers beneath the Rebel basket. Second foul there for J.C. Cornea, team's third. Stacy checking out for Ambria Lutz. Inbound pass goes to Dayton. She tries an entry pass to Barnes, which was swatted away, but she got it back, and now Barnes has it in the corner. Goes to the free throw line for Harmon, has her shot blocked, and a whistle blew. Foul on the floor, and it's going to be another inbound play. So 3 straight fouls for Rich. They've got to keep their hands to themselves. They do not want to get in foul trouble, trailing on the road in the second half. It's going to be Dixie Hufferker to check in for J.C. Cornea, who just picked up her third foul, so this will be a precautionary measure by Coach Lundgren to save Cornea for later. Quick inbound pass and another foul. This time it was Emmy Barnes drawing some contact on the quick inbound play, caught the Rebels sleeping beneath the basket, and she'll take a trip to the free throw line as this one's a shooting foul. Fouls on Sage Tingy, her third. Free throw number 1 missed by Barnes. And Tingy now checks out for Mackenzie Smith. It's the 5th foul, by the way, for the Rebels this half. Rich trailing 26-23 as Barnes' second free throw attempt makes it a 4-point game. 27-23 Panthers. Rebels pushing the ball up the court. Lutz for 3. She's got it to go. Ambria Lutz cashes in with a 3-pointer, and it's a 1-point game, 27-26. Panthers moving the ball along the 3-point line. They've got it on the near side right now with Grohl. Barnes driving in, loses it. Cornea comes up with it. It's a 2-on-1. Cornea with a defender trailing has the ball knocked out of play, and the Rebels will hold on to possession. They're going to inbound it beneath the Cokeville basket. What a huge 3-point shot on the last possession for Ambria Lutz. Two T7 Propane 3-pointers for the Rebels this quarter. Lutz takes a pass at the top of the arc. Dribbles her way towards the left side and now reverses back to McKee on the far side. McKee dribbling inside the perimeter, now reversing course back outside. McKee hands it off to Lamborn, who didn't get a good grasp of it initially, but now she's got it. Kicks it out to Lutz for 3. That's short, but gets her own miss. Lutz passing it to Lamborn at the top of the arc, now with Taylor McKee. McKee at the point, goes to Huffaker on the far wing. Inside pass was taken away by Dayton. Dayton's on a breakaway, towards the hoop, goes up for the layup, it's good. 29-26, a 3-point lead for Cokeville with under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Quick shot by Lutz was no good beneath the basket, and Cokeville comes up with it. Panthers pushing the ball down the court. Barnes on the baseline, goes up with it. Shot's no good, rebounded by Lamborn. Passing it out to McKee for the Rebels. 3.5 to play in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Rebels down by 3 points. McKee dribbles in, kicks it out to Lamborn beyond the arc. Her and McKee not on the same page as that pass goes to the Panthers. And now Dayton dribbles in, has her pass stolen away by Lamborn. Pass it up court to a wide open McKee. McKee on a breakaway, has her shot blocked. And now back and forth we go. Panthers going the opposite direction. Dayton loses it. A Panther picks up the open ball and a kick ball as that ball gets out of play. And a chaotic 30 seconds, but neither side put up a basket. And it's still a 29-26 station on main scoreboard lead for the Cokeville Panthers with 3 to play in the third quarter. Cokeville's inbound pass goes to Dayton. She passes it out to Tykert for a wing 3. No good. Rebound, who's got it? The Panthers come up with it. And a diving Lamborn on top of a player is going to get assessed with a foul. Foul's on Lamborn. That's going to be the team 6, Lamborn's 3rd. So next foul, the Rebels will be on the other end of a 1-and-1 with still 2+ to go in the third quarter. And whistle blew and a foul on the floor as Riley Tykert was dribbling along the baseline, and here we go with 1-and-1. So it's going to be at least 1-and-1 from here on out until we get to the double bonus potentially. Corney checking in, as well as Sage Tingy for Huffaker, for Lamborn, for Huffaker and Smith. And Huffaker coming back into the game now for Lamborn. That last foul for Brittany Lamborn was her 4th, team 7th. Riley Tykert, free throw up and good. 30-26 Panther lead in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Second free throw up and no good, but an offensive rebound. Quick putback mid-range by Dayton. No good. Ball gets out of play, contact, and last touch by Sage Tingy. So it's going to stay with Cokeville. Rebel defense really needs to stop here. They're down 4. Still plenty of time to go as we're still in the third quarter. Mid-range jumper, no good. Rebounded by Corney, a whistle blew. And a foul this time on Cokeville. So the referees have been following the rule book to the absolute letter. And now the Rebels benefit from a call. It's the 4th foul this half for Cokeville. 2nd on Tana Tykert. Stacy dribbles across the timeline. And a huge screen by Huffaker. And a foul is on Dixie Huffaker. I think they're going to call a moving screen. The crowd erupted when the contact was made, and it's going to be Cokeville basketball. They inbound in front of the Rebel bench. Inbound pass goes to Dayton. She passes to Tykert, back to Dayton. Moves it across to Grohl, and the Panthers playing some passing catch. They go inside, mid-range shot, no good. And it's going to be a foul and a inbound play now for the Panthers. They'll do it beneath the Rebel basket. Inbound pass goes to Dayton on the far wing. She pulls up, no, she passes, and Harmon at the elbow goes to Dayton at the top of the arc. Now it's with Grohl on the near wing. Cross-court pass goes to no one. Out of play, Rebel basketball. Rich in dire need of a basket. They've only got 2 baskets in this entire third quarter, both coming off 3-point shots from Ambria Lutz and Taylor McKee. Good inside pass from Stacy to Lamp to Cornea is tipped out of play, but a great idea by the 2 seniors, and Rich will inbound it. A Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play goes to Huffaker as she is fouled and one. Yes, an unorthodox and one, but Dixie Huffaker gets the basket nevertheless, and with an opportunity to make it a 3-point play now. Huffaker had 1 point at the half. She's up to 3 now. Trying to close in on this Panther lead. Free throw up and good. 1-point game on the Station on Main scoreboard, 30-29. Cokeville driving in, kicking it out to Tykert. Dayton spots up a point 3. That's no good. Goes to the corner, and Cokeville saves it and keeps it alive. They work along the baseline now, going up strong and no good. Rebounded by Cornea. Here come the Rebels. Under 90 seconds to play. Up-court pass to Tingy. Goes off a leg of a Panther and out of bounds. And Rich Rebel basketball beneath the Cokeville basket. Stacy will inbound it for Rich. Inbound pass going to Cornea at the elbow. She goes to Stacy on the near wing. Inside now to Huffaker. She dribbles out some contact, puts up a shot, no good, gets her own miss. Second chance, no good as well. Loose ball and a foul on Huffaker. That's going to be free throws now. That's the danger of getting into foul trouble so early in the third quarter. You give yourself no room for error. And it's the 9th team foul for Rich this half, second on Huffaker. At the free throw line now is Emmy Barnes. Stacy checking out for Rich for Taylor Cornea. Inbound pass coming up right now for Emmy Barnes. Her free throw attempt is up and good. It's a 1-and-1, so we'll have a second free throw now. 31-29 lead for Cokeville with 1:12 to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Barnes' second free throw attempt now. No good. Too deep. Rebounded by, I think we got a jump ball. Indeed we do. Great hustle by Taylor Cornea fighting for that loose ball. An excellent Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball. Inbound pass goes to McKee. Just over a minute to play in the third. Rebels down by 2. McKee dribbling across the timeline. Goes to Cornea on the near wing. Cornea looking someone to pass to. She goes to Tingy at the top of the arc. Tingy's pass to McKee is taken away. It's a wide open breakaway for Dayton. Dayton's shot off the glass is good. 33-29. Panthers leading with 40 seconds and counting in the third quarter. McKee across half court. Goes to Cornea on the far wing. Up to Huffaker at the elbow. She's called for travel. Traveling on Dixie Huffaker. And it'll be another inbound play now for Cokeville with 32 seconds to go in the third quarter. And we might see the Panthers try and hold for the last shot here. They move it along the perimeter right now, leading by 4. That was the lead for them entering this half. But instead a travel by Barnes, and the Rebels will have the last laugh potentially with 21.5 seconds to go in the third quarter. Inbound pass by Huffaker goes to McKee. Under 20 seconds. McKee dribbling up the court, across the timeline. 15 seconds. On the near wing. Goes to Cornea, puts up a 3 of her own. That's no good. Rebound by the Panthers. 4 seconds. Cross half court. Ball gets out of play with 2.3 seconds and last touch by a Rebel. So it's going to be Cokeville basketball with plenty of time to get a shot and a good look off. Demi Harmon will inbound it. Goes to Dayton. 1 second at the buzzer. No good. Off the rim. And the third quarter comes to a close. And after 3 quarters of basketball, the Rebels are trailing 33-29, entering the final frame here in Cokeville.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
Welcome to Cokeville for the fourth quarter now, presented to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. And here we go. Rebels trailing 33-29 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Cokeville will start the fourth quarter with the basketball and a quick foul on Rich close to the basket, and that is the 10th plus foul. So from here on out, every defensive foul for Rich will result in 2 free throws for Cokeville, and that's a tough spot to be in, trailing on the road. Rebels catch a break, though, as Tana Tykert misses the first free throw. Tingy checking out of the game. Kenna Stacy back in. Second free throw from Tykert is good. 5-point lead for Cokeville, 34-29. Opening up the fourth quarter here, Stacy dribbling on the left half of the court. Hands it off to Lutz, who gives it right back to her. Makes her way towards the baseline in a jam. And a jump ball or a timeout called. Lundgren called time, but the referees indicate jump ball, and that's what was called first. It's going to be Rich Rebel basketball still. They'll inbound it beneath the Cokeville basket. Goes to Smith. She swings it up top to McKee, who gives it over to Stacy on the far wing. Stacy dribbling up the arc and goes to Lutz at the top of the key. Now with McKee on the far wing. Taylor dribbling inside and kicking it out to Lutz, who draws contact. So if you're Rich and you're in foul trouble, you know, one eye for another, you might as well get Cokeville in foul trouble and level the playing field. That is the Panthers' 6th foul, 3rd for starter Kylie Dayton. Smith takes a pass on the far wing, dribbles in, puts up a shot, no good. Rebounded, though, by Cokeville. Here come the Panthers. Harmon passing up to Barnes. She looks inside to Tykert. Her shot rolls in off the glass, and it's a 36-29 lead now for Cokeville. The largest lead they've had all day was by 8 points. Now it's at 7. McKee takes a pass beyond the 3-point line. Dribbles inside the arc and passes to Lutz for a corner 3. That's short. Rebound. Who's got it? The Panthers have it across half court. And they are slow to pick up the ball, and now they go to Barnes at the block, who draws contact. A foul on Ambria Lutz with 6:36 to go in the fourth quarter. 2 free throws coming up for the junior Barnes. And Barnes, their go-to scorer. She's had a strong night tonight in double-digit scoring so far. First free throw off the front iron, no good. So for Rich, you need all the misses you can get here. I mean, that's Captain Obvious stuff, but especially when the opposition will be in the double bonus for the rest of the game. Second free throw up and good for Emmy Barnes. 37-29, Cokeville lead with 6:30 to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. Smith takes a pass at the top of the arc. Goes to McKee, goes to Stacy on the near wing. She dribbles in, her passes off the same wavelength, but a quick pass from Cokeville goes to an open Humphreys beneath the basket. So if I can rewind, Stacy wanted to pass it inside and no Rebel was home. A Cokeville Panther saved it as it was going out of play by passing to an open Humphreys beneath the basket, who got fouled on her way up, and 2 free throws coming up now for Dixie. First free throw, no good. And on the other end, the Rebels, they need all the free throws they can get at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Rebels down by 8 with 6:16 to go in the game. Second free throw from Dixie rolls out. Offensive rebound, though, by Smith, who gets fouled, and now she'll shoot 2. That's the 8th team foul for Cokeville after 2 quick fouls. Foul there was on Harmon, her 4th. She's one of the 5 starters, so that'd be a big plus for the Rebels if they could knock her out of the game. Second free throw, first free throw good for Smith. 37-30 lead for Cokeville on the Station on Main scoreboard. That's Smith's first points of the day. Second free throw, no good. Rebound by Lamborn on the offensive glass. Great hustle. She gets it out to Stacy on the near wing. Stacy dribbling towards the point. Goes from one wing to another. Continuing to dribble, now passing to Smith on the far wing as well. She goes up top to McKee, who reverses course to Stacy on the near wing. Stacy pulls up for a 3-point shot. No good. Rebound by Barnes. Here come the Panthers. Cokeville passing it up to Tyker. Layup's good. 39-30. Rebels trailing. McKee goes to Stacy on their half the court. They have to get it across the timeline. Stacy passes it to no one. It's picked up by the Panthers. They go down low to Dayton. Her layup's no good. Offensive rebound by Riley Tyker. Put back is good. 41-30, and Coach Lundgren calls time. 5:21 to go in the fourth quarter. Rebels trailing by 11 on the road.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Rebels trailing 41-30, and the Panthers on a bit of a run there. Rich had cut down the lead. Well, going into the fourth quarter, they were down by 4. Since then, it's been an 8-0 run for Cokeville to open up this final frame, and Coach Lundgren's crew need to find some offense, and in a hurry too. With 5:21 to go in the fourth quarter, it's going to be Rebel basketball on their half the court, trailing by 11. And I'm not sure, I'm trying to think of their biggest comebacks of the season. I don't think any of them have been double digit. We've seen them erase some 7 or 8 point deficits, but I don't think 10 plus, but what a time for a first. McKee dribbles across half court, goes to Lamborn at the point. Her entry pass is poked out of play, poked to Barnes actually, who dribbles up the court. Emmy Barnes, a charge, yes! A whistle blew as Brittany Lamborn hit the deck, and it was either going to be an and one or a charge, and it goes the Rebels' direction. That is the 9th foul for Cokeville, 2nd on Barnes. And tough inbound play for the Rebels, gets out of play. Last touch by Cokeville though. So Huffaker to inbound it. Goes to Stacy at her own baseline. Stacy passes to McKee. McKee with lots of room now gets across half court. Enters the elbow, passes off to a mid-range shot from Lamborn. That falls. Good distance by Brittany Lamborn. 41-32 lead for Cokeville. Panthers have it at the elbow. They kick it out for a long two-point shot. That's no good. Rebounded by Barnes. Her pass across the baseline gets out of play. And it's going to be Cokeville. It's going to be Rebel basketball. So Lamborn picks up her second basket of the game with that long perimeter shot. Huffaker just checked out of the game for J.C. Cornea. McKee takes the inbound pass. Under 4.5 to go in the game. She crosses half court. McKee near the center court logo. Hands it off to Stacy, who runs into a double team, turns it over. Dayton on a breakaway is trailed from behind. And a great comeback effort by Stacy to knock the ball out of bounds and get her team's defense reset. Rich down by 9, just over 4:14. Camera's frozen. We'll fix that for you guys. Here come the Rebels. On offense, they've got it up top with McKee. McKee at the point. Now we got the camera fixed for all of you guys watching at my local radio. 41-32, Cokeville leading. Stacy dribbling in, kicking it out to Lamborn. Lamborn, cross-court pass to McKee. Inside finish is good. Great basket by the junior Taylor. 41-34. Panthers, now they're on the other end of a streak, and some nice defensive hands by Sage Tingy. Knocks an entry pass out of bounds. Seven-point lead for Cokeville. And the Rebels on a bit of a run here, trying to cut into it. Three-point shot for the Panthers, no good, but Dayton gets her own miss. Passes off for a baseline jumper, that's no good. And a rebound by Stacy and a foul on Cokeville. That's their 10th. And now it is double bonus time for the Rebels. That last foul was on Harmon, and I believe that's her 5th. Indeed it is. So one of the 5 starters for Cokeville will watch the rest of the game from the bench. With 3:19 to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter, it's McKenna Stacy at the free throw line. I think this is her first trip all game long, but always a consistent free throw shooter as she misses the first, and my apologies. 7-point lead for Cokeville. Stacy. Second free throw coming up here as the Rebels are on a 4-0 run, trying to make it a 5-0 run. As she rolls in and out for the second, tough break there for McKenna. Here come the Panthers. They go inside to Tyker. Her shot's no good. Rebounded by Tingy. Gets it out to Stacy. Pushes it up the court to an open McKee. McKee's pass too hard for Lamborn. Gets out of play. And it's going to be Cokeville basketball. 3:03 remaining in the game. Rebels trailing by 7. Inbound pass goes to Dayton. She crosses the timeline for Cokeville. Goes to Toomer and now to Riley Tykert on the near wing. Cokeville passing the ball along the perimeter. It's down low with Tykert. She goes up with it and off the glass and good. (43-34) lead. And Rebels miss on the other end. We were getting that video stream fixed for everyone. Rich missed a look down low. And we're back to a 9-point game. Timeout is called with 2.5 to go. Rebels trailing 43-34 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Rebels trailing 43-34 on the Station on Main scoreboard, and a big 2.5 minutes coming up for the Rebels defensively and offensively. You need both. You can't just have one, and you need defense to turn into offense, and it's going to start with a couple stops and some missed free throws. I mean, that's the most realistic plan to a comeback here. You need help on both ends of the court, and a big possession coming up here for Cokeville with 2:33 to go in the game. They inbound it on their half of the court to Kylie Dayton. She crosses half court, guarded closely by Stacy, and it bounces off her knee, but she gets the ball back. Now it's with Tykert, who is fouled by Taylor McKee. And 2 free throws coming up here for the Panthers. Rebels have given up the double bonus early on to Cokeville. That's the first foul on McKee. Free throw number 1 is good for Riley Tykert. 10-point game now. 44-34. Lamborn checks out for Mackenzie Smith. I got to envision Smith out there for rebounding and defensive purposes. Second free throw, no good. But ball went on a play, last touch by Smith. Kind of a funny exit off the rim, and Smith dashed for it, trying to throw it off the nearest Panther, but her foot was out of play, so it's Cokeville basketball. Inbound pass goes to Dayton. She dribbles towards the point. Dayton on the near wing now to Barnes. Barnes entering the zone, puts up a layup, no good. Rolled in and out, good break for the Rebels, rebounded by Cornea. Rich pushes up the court to Smith. She dribbles towards the hoop and good. What a good drive by Mackenzie Smith. 8-point game, 44-36, under 10 to go. Panther offense has the top of the arc. They hand it off to Tykert. Goes to Dayton. Minute 40 to go in the fourth. On the near side, Toomer dribbling in, had the ball swiped away by Stacy, and she picks it up in the far corner. Whistle blowing, and a timeout called by Cokeville. With 1:34 to go in the final quarter, Rebels down 8, 44-36 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
.134 remaining in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. It's the Rebels trailing 44-36 on the road here in Cokeville. Panthers to inbound it. Inbound pass goes to Dayton. She goes up top to Toomer. Toomer, entry pass. Panthers looking down low to Tykert, draws contact and one. Good pass down low to Riley Tykert, who got hit on the way up, and now she's got a chance to push this lead out to 11. At the free throw line for the Panthers, it is Riley Tykert, who's had a strong game so far, and she knocks down the free throw. 47-36, under 90 seconds to play in Cokeville. Stacy running up the court with a full head of steam. Goes to McKee for a wing three. Too deep, no good. Rebounded by Barnes. Panthers, loose ball, who's got it? Somehow Stacy comes up with it. Wow, down low pass to McKee off the glass and good. What a wild series of events there. It is 47-38. Panthers have the ball at the top of the arc. And a whistle blew with 47 seconds to go. I'm not sure why. For everyone watching our My Local video stream, I can't offer a reason to why this video keeps freezing every now and then. It's a simple fix, but nevertheless a very frustrating thing. But back to the action right now. We have 2 free throws coming up for Riley Tykert, who is fouled and trying to push her lead back to a double-digit one as she puts up the first free throw and knocks it down. (48-38). 47 seconds to go in the fourth. Rebels really need every missed free throw they can get at this point. Second free throw, good. 49-38. Stacy dribbles across half court. Pass was knocked out of play by Barnes. Looking for Cornea in the corner, and a timeout is called by Coach Lundgren. We'll keep it right here during the break, though. 41.9 seconds. Rebels down 11. And you're at the point now where you can't have the luxury of either a quick basket or a three-point shot. It needs to be a three-pointer. You're down 4 possessions here. You can't, and that's with 4 three-point shots. If you go the 2-point route immediately, it turns into a 5-possession game. You're just not going to have that kind of luck with 41 seconds to go. So the Rebels, they need 3-point shots here, and a lot of them from T7 Propane. Who are you going to go to? I'd imagine McKenna Stacy. She's got a pair of threes in this game. I don't think she scored in the second half, though. I may have missed a basket, but I don't have her down for any second half points. Taylor McKee, always lethal from beyond the arc. I'd be interested to see if they put Ambria Lutz back in the game. She's good from deep as well. And indeed she is. So Lutz, here are the 5 out there. Lutz, McKee, Stacy, Cornea, Taylor Cornea, and Sage Tingy. Stacy, Lutz, and McKee are the obvious 3-point shooters for Rich. They'll inbound it now, the Rebels will. Goes to McKee at the top of the arc. She dribbles inside the perimeter, passes out to Lutz. Lutz goes to Stacy for a wing 3. Rolls in and out, rebounded by Cokeville. Panthers get it out to Harmon, passing up to Barnes, under 30 seconds. And a couple good passes from Cokeville results in a basket. 51-38, Rebels dribbling across half court. A wing 3 from McKee, that's no good. Ball gets out of play. Last touch by a Panther. And with 12 seconds to go, it'll be Rich to inbound it. This game pretty much in the books, unfortunately, for the Rebels. Inbound pass goes to Cornea. She gives it back to Stacy. 7 seconds. Goes to Cornea for a perimeter 2. That's good. Haley Cornea shows off some distance, and that's how the game will end. Buzzer sounds, and the Panthers pick up a win, improving to 8-4 as the Rebels fall to 5-7. Tough loss for Rich on the road here in Cokeville. Your final, 51-41. 51-40. We'll have some brief post-game coverage until the boys matchup gets underway. So don't go anywhere. We'll have our post-game show, and then we'll get into the boys' pre-game show. Once again, the final for the girls, 51-40. Cokeville takes it at home.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Girls game wraps up with the Cokeville Panthers defending their home court, winning 51-40. And let's get into our post-game coverage of this one now, starting with our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. So, slow first quarter for both sides as the Panthers wrapped up the first 8 minutes with a 10-7 lead. The Rebels scored the first basket of the game and got up to a 2-0 lead. That would be the last time they would lead all game long. Then in the second quarter, offense is picked up for both sides, back and forth to begin with. At one point, the Rebels trailed 14-13. Then the Panthers went on a run, and ultimately the second quarter closed with the Panthers leading 24-20. Then in the second half, more of the same from the first quarter, stagnant offense, and after 8 more minutes of basketball in the third frame, the Rebels had kept the deficit at 4, with Cokeville leading 33-29. Fourth quarter, Cokeville kind of grabbed this game by the reins and took control of it. The Rebels, the closest they would get was those 4 points to start the fourth quarter. After that, the Panthers kind of ran away with it and would go on to win 51-40. That's our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Where fresh and fast meat, you can visit them at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Now time for our Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. Precision play of the game. We're going to go to McKenna Stacy. How about that? She had a great steal, a Rich County government steal, and then turned it into points on the other end with a defender trailing. Didn't bother her. Put it in off the glass. That's our Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. Precision Family Dentistry at reasonable rates. Caring, comprehensive dental care. Call 307-789-8910 to schedule your appointment today. We'll step aside for another quick break. We'll have the second half of our post-game coverage, and then the boys matchup gets going in a little over 10 minutes. We got a doubleheader. More free basketball coming your way right here on Rebel Radio, 98.3 FM, K80Q, Evanston.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
Girls falling on the road here in Cokeville, 51-40 against the Panthers. Let's get to the rest of our post-game coverage. We'll start with the Auto Farm Chevrolet shot and play of the game. Shot of the game, we're going to go to Taylor McKee. McKee had a fantastic, I can't talk about it enough. You got to go back and watch this one. A beautiful layup beneath the basket. Traffic all around here. It's definitely going to be one of the top plays from the weekend. I'll tell you that right now, and it's only Thursday. How about our play of the game now? Play of the game, I'm going to cut it in half. We're going to go to Sage Tingy and J.C. Cornea for defensive nightmare blocks down low, swatting, flying basketballs into the backboard and out of play. Some great defensive plays there by Sage Tingy and J.C. Cornea. Now time for the LSR refrigerated game adjustment. Rebels offensively picked up some traction in the second half compared to the first quarter. They began to get in a rhythm. It was defensively, they got themselves in some trouble with fouls in the third quarter. And from then on out, all of the fourth quarter and the tail end of the third, Cokeville was in the double bonus. And the Panthers, they made their free throws, and that was the difference. Cokeville knocked them down and never gave the Rebels a chance to really get back in this one. So, game adjustment offensively, picked up some rhythm in the second half, but defensively, one too many fouls was troublesome for the Rebels. That's our LSR refrigerated game adjustment. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallentine family wish the Rebels good luck. We got a little over 7.5 minutes in warm-ups before the Rebels boys matchup gets underway against Cokeville. So we'll step aside for a quick break, and then when we return, we're going to get into the pregame coverage of that one. So we'll be right back with the boys matchup. More basketball coming your way. Reset the dial for Rich Rebel boys basketball now.
Rich County, to some, may just be a cold corner in northeast Utah. But to those who call it home, Rich County is a place where competitors live and championships are born. Under first-year head coach Lex Cornea, Rich men's basketball looks to turn things around. With no shortage of returning firepower and a hard-nosed Rebel defense being instilled, the boys who call Rich home are prepared to dominate on the hardwood. Welcome into another broadcast of Rich men's basketball on My Local Radio. This broadcast could not be possible without these Rebel supporting businesses: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, The Come On in Casper, Plains Tire, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, West Star Printing, and Rocky Mountain Sign. All right, Rebel fans, get ready as it's time to join the voice of the Rebels, Matthew Peterson, down at the court for another edition of Rebel Basketball.
All right, everyone, we got the technical difficulties sorted out. Welcome into our Gary Tusher pregame show. We'll start with our J-Bar Excavation scene set. Rebels entering with a 9-5 overall record. They are currently 4th out of 19 in RPI, and they're looking for the series sweep against the Cokeville Panthers. Offensively, in the last 5 games, they're averaging over 63 points per game. As for Cokeville, I don't know why the words on the screen didn't save, but Cokeville Panthers coming in with a 6-5 overall record. They're coached by Todd Dayton. And since the Rebels and Panthers last met up in mid-January, Cokeville has won 3 out of their last 4. So they've been playing some better basketball since their 20-point loss to the Rebels. We got some more stuff to go over on the Gary Tusher pregame show. And here we go. So we're going to go into a quick break here. We have a little under 4 minutes to go until tip-off. And when we return, we're going to have the rest of our pregame coverage, including some Laketown Ledger action and more. Rebels and Panthers going at it here in Cokeville, Wyoming.
2 of the things you work hardest for in life are your family and your money. Taking care of the money you earn is an important part of taking care of your family. Gary Tusher, CPA of Montpelier, Idaho, is a rancher who's also provided professional tax preparation and financial services for more than 30 years.
When it comes to taxes and your money, make sure it's handled the best way possible. Call me today, 208-847-2601.
Let's move into our Laketown Ledger. Unfortunately, we don't have time for our coaches show. Our coaches show is brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. For all of your propane needs, give them a call at 435-793-4208. We had our standout student interview for the girls pregame if you want to go back and watch that one. Now, Laketown Ledger time. So, brought to you by the town of Laketown. Series is 1-1 after Rich won 62-42 on January 14th back in Randolph. Can you believe it? These schools have only played each other twice in the entire history. I would love to know the reason why. That's going to be keeping me up at night tonight, I can tell you that. It's also the first ever matchup in Cokeville, Wyoming. So the previous 2 were both in Randolph. First time the Rebels have traveled to Cokeville to take on the Panthers. Very interesting right there. Despite being the closest high school to Rich, in my opinion, or not my opinion, but I think, about 35 miles separating the 2 higher learning institutions, we only have 2 matchups to speak for, and neither of them were in Cokeville. But that's our Laketown Ledger. It's brought to you by the town of Laketown. Good luck, Rebels, from the Mayor and Town Council of Laketown, Mayor Burdette Weston, Council members Dallas Clark, Gary Ogilvie, Delora White, and Eldon Robinson. All right, everyone, we got 90 seconds to go. That gives enough time to check out the Old Chicago Pizza and Tap Room pregame slice. The Rebels are going to be in their road blue and black uniforms with Rebels across their chest, white numbers on the front and back. And as for the Panthers, they're going to be in their home white uniforms with orange checkerboard along the sides of the pants and jerseys, with Cokeville in orange on the front and numbers on the front and back. And as for the size of the crowd, good sized crowd tonight between the Rebels and the Panthers. And I think we're going to get started here with some starting lineups. We're going to reset our station on main scoreboard. And then we'll be good to go for the first quarter of action here in Cokeville. We'll update our scoreboard cam, and starting for the Rebels, senior Connor Greer's out there. Then it's senior Truman Huffner. Riley Taylor in the starting ranks as well. Logan Meerbrook, great to hear that name, back in the action as he gets back in the starting lineup. And then John Scott, the senior, and in some ways one of the biggest players on this team, in there. Here come the starting lineups for the Cokeville Panthers. Tyler Moyes, one of the starters for Cokeville, a senior. Then it's Nate Barnes out there. Finally up there, Trayson Dayton as well as number 21, Ethan Bird, and then number 22, Nick Weaver. 4 seniors and 1 junior for the Panthers, and now we're all ready to go for the Rebels and Panthers here to open up quarter number 1 from Cokeville. We've got our station on main scoreboard reset and off and running. We are about to be, like the girls game, no tip-off in the Cowboy State this year, so an inbound pass from Huffner to Greer. Connor Greer dribbles across half court. Goes to Huffner on the far wing. Huffner moves it up top to Taylor at the point. He dribbles towards his right, looks to a cutting Greer down low, and a good pass from Taylor and good finish by Greer. Rebels leading 2-0 to open up the game. Panthers down low, cash in a quick basket of their own before I can even write down the score, so we're all even at 2-2. Rebel offense having a whistle blow in the midst of moving it along the perimeter, and it's going to be a foul on Cokeville. On the near wing, Greer has the pass, moves it up top to Meerbrook for 3. Too deep, no good, rebounded by the Panthers. Here comes Dayton. Trayson Dayton dribbling it down, ditching it off for Moyes, who puts it in off the glass. A 4-2 lead for Cokeville with under 7 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Greer dribbling at the top of the arc, goes to Scott on the near wing. Scott makes his way towards the top of the key, looks down low to Taylor at the block, off the glass, no good. Ball gets out of play, last touch by a Panther head, and it's going to be Rich Rebel basketball. Huffner will inbound it beneath the Cokeville basket. Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound pass gets moved along the perimeter and goes to Huffner. He looks inside to Meerbrook, just outside the block. Whistle blew. Logan drew some contact and a foul on Cokeville. That is the team's second, first on Nate Barnes. Rebels trailing 4-2 with 6:40 and counting to go in the opening frame. Huffner going to Taylor at the block, whistle blew, and a travel. Taylor kind of got that ball stuck between him and the defender, but the feet kept moving. Inbound pass for Cokeville goes to Dayton. He dribbles over half court. Goes to Barnes on the near wing. Barnes making his way inside and spitting it out to the top of the arc. Gets a pass at the top of the key. Barnes pulling away, 8-foot jumper, no good, rebounded by Huffner. Has the ball stolen away from him. Dayton going up with it, and he drew some contact and a foul. And it looks like it may be on Truman Huffner. Not a shooting foul on the floor, and it's actually on Riley Taylor, his first, teams as well. Trayson Dayton to inbound. Inbound pass goes to Barnes. He's on the far wing. Dribbles in at the elbow, pulling up and now kicking it out to Bird. Bird has it at the free throw line. Passes behind him for Moyes. Ball got out of play, last touch by a Rebel, and it will stay with Cokeville. Rebels trailing 4-2 with a little under 6 minutes to go. Barnes working at the block for the Panthers. Passes up top to Weaver. Weaver hands it off to Moyes well beyond the three-point line. Goes to Barnes on the near side, back up top to Bird, back to Barnes. Perimeter shot is good. Along the baseline, Barnes drained a long two-pointer. It is 6-2. After the Rebels scored the first basket of the game, 3 quick field goals for the Panthers, who lead with a little over 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Down low, Meerbrook takes an entry pass and puts it in off the window. Logan Meerbrook's first basket in quite some time. Happy to see him back out there. It's 6-4 Cokeville on the station on main scoreboard. Panthers have it in the far wing. Weaver passing it off to Bird. He moves his way towards the hoop and polishes it off with the basket. 4-point lead midway through the first quarter. It's 8-4 Cokeville. Down low, Scott tried to pass to Meerbrook, who was fouled. That's the third foul for the Panthers this half. It's the second on Nate Barnes, so a precautionary measure has Barnes checking out of the game for Tanner Brown. Greer to inbound it. Goes to Meerbrook at the elbow. Kicks it out to Taylor on the near wing and pass up top to Huffner at the top of the arc. Goes to Scott on the near wing now. Scott well beyond the three-point line. Goes to Meerbrook at the point, who moves the ball across to Huffner on the far wing. Back up top to Scott for three. Too deep. Rebound. Gets out of play eventually. Cokeville trying to save it, and they end up air launching it out of play, so the Rebels will hold on to possession with 4:27 to go in the first quarter. Rich trailing 8-4. Scott to inbound it. Goes to Taylor. Taylor near the center court logo. Bounce pass to Greer on the near wing. Greer taking his time, dribbling well beyond the arc. Passes it off to Huffner. Rebel offense just moving along the perimeter. It's with Taylor now at the top of the key. He goes to Scott right next to him. Scott taking a couple dribbles and passing it off to Huffner. Huffner moves to Taylor at the point. Cycled across to Scott on the near wing. Scott dribbling in, pulls up from just inside the free throw line. Shots too deep, gets his own miss though. Second chance, no good. Ball got out of play, last touch by a Panther. So the Rebels will hold on to possession with 3:48 to go in the opening quarter. An 8-4 lead for Cokeville on the station on main scoreboard. Greer has his inbound pass tipped and goes to Taylor. Taylor in the near corner. Dribbles towards the block. Kicks it out to Meerbrook. And a whistle blew. A foul on Rich. Or it's actually just a turnover on the Rebels. Here come the Panthers on the other side. Dayton driving in, taking contact. No, a travel instead. A little bit of a bunny hop from this junior Dayton. And the Rebels will take the ball right back. Meerbrook inbounds it to Huffner. Rebels down by 4. Just under 3.5 to play in the first quarter. Huffner dribbling on the far wing. Goes up top, whistle blows though before Scott got the basketball. And it's going to be a foul on Dayton. That's actually on Ethan Bird, team's 4th. So it's kind of an opposite of the girls' game, where this time it's Cokeville getting in some foul trouble early on. That's Bird's first foul, team's 4th, like I said. Pass from the entry from down low goes to Meerbrook. He hands it off to Scott now. And Scott has it beyond the three-point line. Goes to Greer on the near wing. Greer pushing it across to the top of the arc for Meerbrook. Corner pass goes to Scott. He dribbles along the baseline, kicks out to Greer for 3. No good. Rebound by Bird. Here come the Panthers. They have a quarterback heave and a good look, but too strong from Tanner Brown, and Rebels get the loose ball. Now it's with Taylor at the top of the arc. He passes it up to Greer, and plenty of distance between him and his nearest defender. Same with Scott, who has it now on the near wing. Scott looks down low to Taylor at the block, off the glass, and good. 8-6, Rebels down 2. Dayton has it on the near wing for the Panthers. Dayton passes it over to Weaver. Loses it, but regains it. Ball gets out of play by the Rebel bench. Whistle blew, a foul coming up. And the foul's on Connor Greer. That's his first, team's 2nd. 2-point lead for Cokeville with 2:10 to go in the first quarter. Panthers inbound it. They throw it right beneath the Rebel basket. And there's Meerbrook for a block. Logan Meerbrook says, not in my kitchen. Greer dribbling at the top of the arc. Passing it off to Scott, who makes his way towards the top of the key and now goes down low to Huffner. All this happening beyond the arc. Meerbrook has it and he gives it back to Huffner, who cycles it across to Greer on the near wing. Goes to Meerbrook beyond the free throw line. That's no good. Shot rebounded by Cokeville. Panthers getting the ball across half court, going to Weaver in the corner. He dribbles towards the block, whistle blew, and a foul on Rich. And it is on Connor Greer, who's picked up 2 quick fouls in the last 30 seconds or so. And Greer's going to check out for Jaden Grohl. So kind of like Cokeville, Connor Greer picks up 2 quick fouls. He's one of their top scorers, and so is Nate Barnes, one of their top scorers, who picked up 2 quick fouls as well. Dayton stepping back. Long jump shot. No good. Rebounded by Taylor. Rebels handing off to Huffner, who dribbles across half court. Huffner going to Scott on the far wing. Now it's with Grohl in the corner. Grohl moves to Scott for a top of the key 3. Bingo! John Scott picks up his first points of the game with a 3-point shot. Rebels leading 9-8 with under a minute to go in the opening quarter. Pulling up Moyes from the elbow. Shot rolls in and out. Offensive putback is good though. And quickly the Panthers retake the lead with 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. 10-9 Cokeville. Scott on the near wing. Going down low to Grohl in the corner. He wanted to go to Taylor at the block. Ball got knocked out of play. And with 33 seconds to go, it'll be Riley Carrillo checking in for Logan Meerbrook. Carrillo started the last couple games for Meerbrook and shined. In fact, in his last game, he had a season-high 14 points. Pass goes to Taylor in the corner. 30 seconds and counting. Scott dribbling up the arc towards the top of the key. Going now towards Huffner, who dribbles inside the perimeter, stepping back, whistle blows, travel. Feet shuffled, and it's going to be Cokeville basketball with a hair under 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Panthers will hold on for what should be the final shot of the first quarter. Weaver couldn't handle the pass, got out of play, and instead it's the Rebels who may have the final shot. 10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Rebels down by 1. Huffner calling out plays, dribbling across the timeline. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, up top to Taylor, 2 seconds, puts up a shot, never had much of a chance in the first quarter. Comes to a close with the Rebels trailing 10-9 on the road here in Cokeville.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Rebels trailing 10-9 against the Panthers to open up the second quarter of action. Our second quarters are always brought to you by Stacy's Repair. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Panthers dribbling across half court, going to Dayton down low. Brown takes contact and one off the glass and good. So a strong start from Cokeville to open up the second quarter. It's now 12-9 with a potential three-point play coming. Brown coming off the bench for Nate Barnes, who picked up 2 quick fouls in the first quarter. That was the 4th team foul, by the way, for Rich. First on Jaden Grohl. Free throw attempt, no good. Rebounded by Carrillo. Rebels bringing the ball up the court. Whistle blew, some contact made. And it's going to be a foul on Cokeville. So both sides exchanging fouls still early here in the first half with 7:48 to go in the second quarter. Scott inbounds it in front of the Cokeville bench to Huffner. Huffner at the top of the arc, goes to Greer. Greer giving it back to Huffner. He moves it up top to Meerbrook and moves it across to Greer, who dribbles across the baseline. Pump fakes, pulls up, shot, short, no good. Whistle blows and a foul on Rich, it looks like. And if this is on Connor Greer, it will be his 3rd. Indeed it is, so immediately Greer's gonna probably come out of the game. Yep, so this is tough for Connor Greer to have 3 fouls, and we're just about halfway through the first half. Hayden Meek just checked into the game. We haven't seen his face in a while. Happy to see him back on the court. Always a great sight to see. Barnes has it on the near wing for the Panthers. Entry pass down low. Shot was no good. Second chance for the Panthers, also no good. Third chance, no good. Rebounded by Meerbrook. They throw it up the court to Scott. Scott makes his way towards the basket. Athletic layup couldn't fall, and here come the Panthers. They push it up the court to Barnes. He barrels his way towards the hoop, blocked by Meerbrook. Hayden Meek comes up with the ball. Meek crosses the half court and picks up his dribble and gives it across to Huffner. Little under 7 minutes to go in the Stacey's Repair second quarter. Meerbrook pulling up from the block, rolling off the rim, and good. 12-11 lead. Cokeville leading by 1 on the Station on Main scoreboard. First basket for the Rebels in the second quarter. First points, as a matter of fact. Barnes picking up his dribble at the wing, and they cycled across to Moyes. Tyler Moyes on the far wing giving it back to Barnes at the elbow. Shot no good, rebound by Meerbrook. Here comes Huffner and the Rebels. He goes to Meek on the near wing, down low to Carrillo. Carrillo shot off the glass, no good. Fights for the loose ball, and he draws a foul instead. Oh, he's the guilty party of the foul, I should say. That's going to be the Rebels' 6th foul, and I believe that's going to be the first on Riley Carrillo. Indeed it is. But from here on out, the next foul for the Rebels defensively will result in at least 1 and 1. All right, 6:08 to go. Timeout call by head coach Lex Cornea. Rebels trailing 12-11 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Cokeville leads the Rebels 12-11 with 6:08 to go in the first half. And the Panthers approaching midcourt, but Moyes yet to get across and picks up his dribble just shy of it. And now they pass it across. They move it all the way down low to Barnes, who runs into another block from Meerbrook. Incredible defense by Logan. Now Scott, a wing 3. No good. Rebound by Carrillo. Second chance. That is! Defense into offense. And the Rebels lead it 13-12 with 5:35 and counting to go in the second quarter. Down low, Barnes, his shot's no good. And Rich comes up with the rebound. Scott tried to feed Carrillo again down low, and I'll tell you what, the last couple of games with Riley Carrillo in the starting lineup, that has been a common theme. Just kind of lob it up to him like a receiver in the corner of the end zone, and he'll come up with it 9 times out of 10. Once again, they lob it down to him. He's got it. Pass out to Huffner. Perimeter shot. That's good. along the baseline. And the Rebels adding on to their lead. They go up 15-12. Rich leads as Truman Huffner knocked down the last baseline shot, picking up his first points of the day. And Cokeville turns it over on the inbound. Had a foot out of bounds as someone caught the ball. So it's Rich Rebel basketball. Inbound pass goes to Huffner. Huffner dribbles across half court, goes to Scott on the far wing. Scott dribbling to Meerbrook, passing to Meerbrook. His shot's no good. Goes to Taylor at the offensive rebound. Travel, though, on Riley Taylor. So it'll stay with Cokeville. Panthers cycling the ball along the perimeter. They go down low to Moyes. Back up to Dayton. Dayton dribbles in, kicks it out to the baseline, and now Cokeville spots up a wing three. That's no good. Rebounded by Meek, but Meek travels. So it's going to stay with the Panthers. Cokeville to inbound it in front of their own basket, in front of the Rebel bench, I mean. Inbound pass is moved along the perimeter. Goes to the elbow with Bird. Now to Moyes for a wing three. That's no good. Second chance on the offensive putback is no good as well. Meerbrook gets the board. Here come the Rebels. They go to Scott. He puts up a three of his own. That's no good. Ball is miraculous. I don't know how to describe this. The ball was going out of play, and out of nowhere, Trayson Dayton, almost like a volleyball player, just one hand bats it all the way to the ceiling. And I guess in basketball, if somehow the ball gets to the ceiling, it's a dead ball. I've never seen this happen, but it ends with the Rebel basketball. So pass goes to Meerbrook. They move it along the perimeter, and now with Scott beyond the three-point line. Goes to Meek on the far side. Here's Meerbrook at the top of the key. Goes to Scott, who dribbles towards the baseline. Ball went off his shoe, out of play, and it goes to Cokeville. Panthers inbound it to Tyler Moyes. Moyes gets the ball across half court to Ethan Bird. Bird looks down low to Weaver. Now back to Moyes, and the Panthers try to get it to Barnes in the corner, mishandled but regains possession. In the court on the side now with Hunter Thomas. Bird handing it off to Moyes. All this taking place beyond the arc. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first half. Thomas for three, no good. Offensive rebound by Barnes. Barnes dribbling towards the baseline, now reversing course, goes to Weaver for three. That is, and we're tied. 15 all after a three-point shot. Rebels moving quickly down the court to Scott, who draws contact. Shot was no good, but he's got two Bear Lake Realty free throws coming up. 15 all with John Scott going to the free throw line, trying to put his side back in charge with just under 3 minutes to go in the Stacy's Repair second quarter. First free throw falls. Rebels leading by one now. It's 16-15. Scott with 4 points so far today. That's tied with Logan Meerbrook for a team high. Make it 5 points and make it a 2-point Rich lead. 17-15 Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard. Little under 3 to go in the first half. Panthers yet to get the ball across half court. Now they do by passing to Weaver. Weaver stands in the far corner, and they move it along the perimeter to Thomas now in the corner. Thomas goes to Moyes, now down to Moyes again at the free throw line, pulls up, quick jumper's good, and we're all even at 17 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Meek passing it off to Scott on the far wing. Scott passing it up top to Taylor. Taylor down low to Meek at the baseline. Fires it back up top to Taylor at the point. Taylor dribbling in, kicking it out from the elbow to Meek at the wing, who traveled. So Hayden Meek with a couple travels, and the Cokeville Panthers retake possession with 2:12 to go in the second quarter, all tied at 17. Panthers go all the way across court to Weaver, who looks inside to Moyes. Shot was blocked, but he's fouled by Meerbrook. Logan Meerbrook has had a handful of blocks today, but this time he's charged with a foul. 2 free throws coming up. That is Meerbrook's first, though. Team 7th. 2 free throws, though, because it's a shooting foul, not a 1-and-1. And there's Tyler Moyes knocking down the first free throw. And the Panthers retake the lead. It's 18-17 with 2 minutes to go. Second free throw now for Moyes awaits us. Meek just checks back out of the game for Jaden Grohl, who just picked up the rebound after the missed free throw. Huffner, cross half court, goes to Scott on the near side. Scott, back to Huffner at the top of the arc. Back to Scott on the near side. Moved across to Grohl in the corner. Grohl dribbling up the key and goes to Huffner. Huffner feeding it down low to Taylor, surrounded by 4 defenders and a travel. Rebels unhappy with the call, but a couple travels has plagued the Rebels as of recently. It's a 1-point lead with just over 90 seconds to go in the first half for the Panthers. Cokeville pushing the ball towards the basket. They get a layup. Ethan Bird finishes it off, and the lead's up to 3 now for Cokeville. 20-17. Scott has it on the far wing for the Rebels. Picks up a screen from Meerbrook, hands it off to Taylor at the point. He goes to Huffner, who dribbles towards the free throw line and goes down low to Taylor. Shot no good, whistle blew, a foul's called on the Panthers, and a pair of free throws from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line coming up for Riley Taylor. Riley Taylor, the last couple games, he averages, by the way, about 9 points per game. But in his last 3, he's averaging 14 points per game, as he misses the first free throw there. Tonight, Taylor stuck with 2, though, but we know he has the ability to turn it on for a half. He can kind of just flip that switch and go from 0 to 60. Second free throw, no good as well. Panther rebound. Cokeville with a minute to go, dribbles up the court. Moyes passing it off to Dayton. Trayson Dayton beyond the arc. Goes to Moyes on the far side. Up top to Thomas now. Thomas dribbling in and kicking it out to Bird. A 3-point shot for Moyes is good. 23-17. The lead is up to 6 now for Cokeville with just over 30 seconds to go in the first half. Huffner dribbling, passing to Scott on the near wing. Scott dribbling towards the top of the arc, under 25 seconds. He's issuing out hand commands and now passes to Huffner on the near side. Giving it back to Scott on the far side and reversing course back to Huffner near the center court logo. 10 seconds. Grohl on the near wing. Down low in the corner. Now fed to Taylor with 5 seconds and 1. A great shot by Riley Taylor and a 3-point play potentially coming up. 23-19. Rebels trying to make it a 1-possession game with 5 seconds to go in the Stacey's Repair second quarter. Free throw coming up for Taylor is good. 23-20. 2 seconds. 3-point shot for Moyes. No good at the buzzer. And the first half comes to a close. The Rebels trailing 23-20 here in Cokeville. We'll get into our halftime coverage. Our show for the halftime is brought to you by the Crawford Trough, We'll have some first half highlights brought to you by the town of Randolph. But for now, after 16 minutes of basketball in Cokeville, the Rebels find themselves behind by 3.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care. History from the gangsters of the past like Babyface Nelson, Pretty Boy Floyd, and Bonnie and Clyde are at the Legal Tender restaurant located inside the Best Western Dunmar Inn. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the motel. During his FBI career, Dub worked with many other famous agents like Elliot Ness and Sam Calley to take the criminals down. From the names on the menu to the nostalgia on the walls, notorious figures from the 1920s are all around. Come and enjoy a delicious meal surrounded by history today at the Legal Tender restaurant, 1601 Harrison Drive, Evanston.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
In the state where life is elevated, live your life in a higher gear. Cash Honda Yamaha can help you enjoy our beautiful local terrain, whether it's in the valleys, mountains, snow, or water. So get out and enjoy all nature has to offer at a higher speed. Visit Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley to start living your life at your new speed. Visit us in Hyde Park, just north of Logan, Utah.
Rebels trailing the Cokeville Panthers 23-20 here on the road. And let's get into our halftime coverage of this one. Our halftime show always brought to you by the Crawford Trough, the place to eat and drink. Their winter hours are Thursday through Saturday, 11 to 7. So, after one half of basketball here in Cokeville, let's talk about some of the stats and who's been doing a bulk of the scoring. So, it's been a very even scoring so far for the Rebels. Leading the way with 5 points is John Scott. Behind him with 4 is Logan Meerbrook and Riley Taylor. And then you've got Connor Greer, Truman Huffner, and Riley Carrillo, all with 2 points as well. So the Rebels have balanced the scoring out. They've gone down low. You've got Meerbrook and Taylor who've combined for 8 points. And then you got your guards shooting some nice shots as well. You just need more of it. I mean, that's kind of the point here, is that Rebels have done a good job of balancing the offense and not being too heavy on one side and marrying the run and the down low and the post play and the perimeter play. They just need to make some more shots. That's some of our first half stats right there. After our break, we'll have some Town of Randolph first half highlights. Girls lost earlier to Cokeville 51-40, so the boys trying to salvage something on this trip across state lines and pick up a win for Rich County. We've got about 6 minutes to go until the third quarter starts up here. If you're watching our My Local radio stream right now, it is wrestle ball. The wrestlers are playing with no rules, and it is exciting chaos. It's 6-2 Skins. All right, folks, here on the Crawford Trough halftime show, it's the Rebels trailing 23-20 in Cokeville.
Whether you need a big bite to eat, a tasty snack, or a sweet treat, the Crawford Trough in Randolph has it all to satisfy your cravings. From tasty burgers and wraps, patty melts and perfect pitas to fresh salads, home-cut fries, crispy onion rings, and of course, that silky smooth ice cream. The Crawford Trough can feed your hunger and then some. And if you haven't tried one of the Trough's mixed sodas, your taste buds don't know what they're missing. Stop in today at the place to eat and drink, the Crawford Trough at 120 South Main, Randolph.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Halftime between the Rebels and the Panthers, 23-20, station on main scoreboard lead for Cokeville. And let's get into some of our first half highlights. Like the girls game, some great defensive plays, especially when it comes to blocking. Logan Meerbrook, if I counted correctly, had 3 blocks in that first half. Talk about a guy who hasn't played in about 2 weeks. Did not look any slow to me in the defensive side of the court. He also chimed in with 4 points. So Logan Meerbrook with some beautiful blocks. Then on offense, Rebels with just 20 points in the first half. I'm trying to scratch my brain here. I think that's a low for the boys team, at least in the first half. It could be for a half. I can't remember, but 20 points offensively, not a ton of Town of Randolph first half highlights. We had a John Scott 3-point shot. That was a beauty. And then Taylor with a nice pickup and put down low. And that contributed to 4 points he had in the first quarter, in the first half. Some of our first half highlights brought to you by the Town of Randolph, home of the Rich Rebels. Good luck from the mayor, Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and the town clerk, Lena Peer. While we've got some time, by the way, we got a little under 3 minutes to go until the second half starts. I want to remind everyone, tomorrow we'll have doubleheader for the boys and girls at home against Tabiona, and it is senior night. Super excited for that. These seniors have worked so hard and have faced the toughest adversity in their senior year, unlike any other senior class probably since the 1940s. So a major credit due to them for what they've overcome this year. So senior night tomorrow, be sure to tune in for the pregame coverage of that one. The first game gets going at 5:30. We'll have pregame show beginning at about 5. We may even push it a little earlier depending on what the pregame show, what the senior night festivities will look like. But a big props to the seniors here. All right, folks, that's our Crawford Trough halftime show, the place to eat and drink. Third quarter coming up right after this.
When you're looking for one location that is centrally located in Wyoming to host a business meeting or corporate retreat, always consider the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper first. With meeting rooms and amenities that everyone can enjoy at the Come On In is the best place to host events. The rustic decor, fireplaces, jacuzzis, pool, and large indoor atrium will make your event memorable. Call today and find out the ways we can help make your event a success. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper. Call 307-472-6300.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less travel. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
Time for the third quarter from Cokeville. Rebels trying to erase a 3-point deficit and knock off the Panthers on their home court. Rich will start the second half with an inbound pass to Huffner from Scott. Huffner passing across half court to Greer. Connor Greer playing with 3 fouls, so keep an eye on how handsy he can be defensively, or maybe he'll play a little more timidly. Huffner has the ball at the top of the arc. He goes to Greer on the far side. Taking a couple dribbles and now picking up his dribble and goes to Taylor at the block. Wants to go up with it, dishes out to Grohl. He finds Meerbrook. Shot is short from beyond the free throw line. And now here come the Panthers. Cokeville moving in with Barnes, kicking out to Weaver. He moves along the perimeter, runs into a Huffner block. Rebels wanted a travel. Could have made the argument, but the referees did not call it. And it's going to be Cokeville inbounding beneath the Rebel basket with 7:18 to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Inbound pass is taken away by Meerbrook. He finds Greer, crosses half court, approaching the three-point line, dribbling towards the baseline, kicks out to Scott for 3. We are tied. John Scott buries a 3. And 23 all on the Station on Main scoreboard for the first basket of the second half. Rebels defending Weaver at the block, who draws some contact and a foul. Nick Weaver, a senior, one of the 5 starters for Cokeville. That is the first team foul for Rich in the second half, second on Meerbrook. Both teams kind of flirted with foul trouble in the first half, so we got to monitor how closely the referees will call some of these fouls in the second half, or foul trouble will come quickly. Bird passing to Moyes at the top of the arc. He's guarded by Greer. Greer, one of the players playing with 3 fouls right now. Goes to Barnes at the top of the key. He pulls up just inside the arc and he knocks it down to put his side ahead. 25-23 lead for Cokeville on the Station on Main scoreboard. Panthers defending Greer at the top of the arc, and he passes it over to Scott, who gives it right back to him. In between the 3-point line and the center court logo. Huffner picking up a screen from Meerbrook, who gets it fed to him on the pick and roll. Pass goes to Greer in the corner for 3. No good. Rebound somehow falls to Meerbrook. He dishes it out to Greer at the wing, dribbles in, tries to dish it down low to Meerbrook. Somehow threads the needle to Meerbrook, who puts it in off the glass to tie the game. What a pass from Greer to Meerbrook. 25 all. Weaver has it on the far wing, dribbles towards the baseline, has a shot blocked by Huffner. That's his second block of the half. Pass though intercepted though by Dayton. Here come the Panthers. His shot is good to push his side back in front. 27-25, and the offenses picking up some momentum here in the start of the third quarter. 5:15 and counting to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Entry pass from Greer was slapped away, and here comes Dayton. And the Rebels want to travel, and rightfully so. That looked like a walkathon, but nevertheless a basket good. 29-25, Cokeville leading by 4 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Scott on the near wing. Goes to Huffner beyond the 3-point line. Fed it to Taylor, who helps it off the glass, and good. Good basket from the senior Riley Taylor. Cuts it to a 2-point game midway through the third quarter. Dayton dribbling along the baseline. Shot, no good. Loose ball, whistle blows. And I can't wait to talk to Coach Corney at the end of this game. Referees upsetting the Rebels so far, but you got to roll with the punches. 4:26 remaining in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Make your vacation an epic one to remember. Visit epicrecreation.net. 2-point lead for Cokeville. Moyes in the offense, pulling up from the elbow and kicking it out to Thomas in the corner. He passes back to Tyler Moyes beyond the 3-point line towards the point. Guarded by Scott. Bird entering in the paint, loses it, ball gets out of play, and it's last touch by Bird, so it's going to be Rebel basketball with a little over 4 to go in the third quarter. Greer playing with those 3 fouls, dribbles across half court, goes to Scott on the near wing. He passes up top to Taylor, cycles it over to Greer for 3, and the lead, he's got it to go! 30-29, Rebels leading on the Station on Main scoreboard, and Coach Todd Dayton calls time. Connor Greer, after scoring just 2 points in the first quarter, picks up a huge 3-point shot to put his side ahead with 3:45 to go in the third.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
Connor Greer puts his side ahead 30-29 after raising up from beyond the arc. His first points of the second half, he's got 5 in the game in total. A low-scoring affair similar to the girls to start with, but then they picked up points, and there's Greer taking away the inbound pass for the Rebels. He dribbles across this timeline, attacks the hoop, goes up, basket's good. A great job from Connor Greer, turning a Rich County government steal into 2 points. Rebels adding on to their lead for the first time today, 32-29 Rich. At the top of the arc, it's Moyes going to the free throw line. Pass was tipped for the Panthers, but ultimately falls to the hands of Thomas. Thomas goes to Moyes, who attacks the post and lost it for a moment, but regains it, stuck beneath the basket, shot no good, and the basketball falls to the waiting fingertips of John Scott, who pushes the pedal to the metal. Now Huffner for 3, everything's falling! Truman Huffner gets in on the party. A 35-29 lead for the Rebels, thanks to a couple triples to start the second half.
The big difference that sets Freeway Tire apart from other tire stores is the fact that we care. We care about the customer service we provide, we care about selling quality products at fair prices, and we care about your vehicle. So when you're looking for tires or having work done on your vehicle, everything from maintenance to major repairs, make sure you take it to the company that really cares, Freeway Tires, on Bear River Drive in Evanston. Stop in today or schedule an appointment with us online at freewaytires.com.
Truman Huffner adds to this Rebel run with a 3-point shot, causing Todd Dayton and the Panthers to call their second timeout within a minute. Looking at what the Rebels have done, starting this third quarter, they have gone on a 15-6 run. And they don't look like they're slowing down. They are heating up from every angle of the court, defensively forcing turnovers and lighting up the 3-point line. With 2:53 to go in the Epic Recreation third quarter, it's Rich leading by 6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Panthers inbound it. They go to Moyes. He's guarded by Huffner as Moyes gets it out to Dayton before crossing half court. A pass to Moyes gets it across the timeline. Fed to Barnes and a quick turnover. Poor passing by Cokeville falls to Taylor. Scott for 3. The shot was made, a travel call though, and John Scott could only laugh it off. Rebel faithful unhappy with the call as Scott buried the triple, but a travel wipes it away. Here come the Panthers. They go to Barnes. His pass down low. Harassed and fouled is Ethan Bird. And free throws coming up now for Cokeville. Pair of free throws for Ethan Bird. Not a lot of action from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. 2:26 to go in the third quarter as Bird leaves the first free throw well short. And you can just get the sense right now that the Rebels are going to attack the three-point line. They smell blood in the water. Second free throw up and good from Bird. Makes it a 5-point lead for Rich. Huffner takes a pass across half court. Goes to Meek on the far wing, who just checked in. Now with Scott in the corner. Scott pump faking, dribbling, passing to Huffner deeper in the corner. Goes to Scott at the point. Just over 2 minutes to play in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Huffner taking the pass on the far wing and cycles it up top to Correa. Good entry pass to Scott down low, draws contact. Riley Correa looking like the quarterback position he plays in the fall with a beautiful bounce pass from beyond the three-point line to a cutting Scott along the baseline who draws contact, and 2 free throws coming up for John Scott. First free throw up and good. Scott probably the best free throw shooter on this team. Builds this lead back to 6 for the Rebels. It's 36-30. That's Scott's 4th point of the second half. Second free throw, good as well. 7-point lead for the Rebels. The largest of the game for either side. Now the Cokeville Panthers trying to respond. They go down low to Barnes at the block. His basket falls. 37-32. Huffner for 3, no good. Rebounded by Cokeville with 90 seconds to play in the third. Dayton looking down low to Barnes, who gets another shot off the glass. All of a sudden, 3-point game, 37-34. Meek has it for the Rebels on the near wing. Minute 15 to play in the third quarter. Goes to Taylor at the point. He loses it, but a whistle blows, and a foul on Ethan Bird. That's the team's second. And that looks like it's Bird's third. And Greer, who was out for the last minute and a half, is going to check back in for Meek. Greer to inbound it. He goes to Huffner. Huffner gives it back to Greer. A little over a minute to go in the third quarter. Scott takes a pass on the far side. Moves it up top to Carrillo, cycles it over to Greer, attacks the baseline, shot up, no good. A charge on Connor Greer. And immediately Coach Cornea buries his face in his hands because that's Connor Greer's 4th foul. A 50-50 call, contact nevertheless, and Greer checks out of the game after coming in for about 15 seconds. Meek re-enters. 50 seconds and counting to go in the quarter. Cokeville trailing by 3 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Barnes has it going along the baseline. Reverse layup is good. 1-point game, 37-36, and the Panthers on a bit of a run. Huffner's pass to Meek is poked by Barnes, gets out of play, but last touch by Barnes, nearly saved it. And with 30 seconds exactly, it'll be Meek with a Mound Valley Cattle Company inbound play to Huffner. Huffner dribbling, picking up his dribble, goes to Scott on the near side. Back inside to Huffner, who loses it. Loose ball, who's got it? Panthers come away with it. No, somehow Taylor comes up with it. He feeds it to Huffner. Corner 3, short. Rebound by Morris. 8-second. Dayton passing to Barnes. 5 seconds. Layup's good. Lead for the Panthers. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 at the buzzer. Meek, no good. And we'll go to the fourth quarter. with a run by the Cokeville Panthers, and specifically Nate Barnes, putting their side back up 38-37 on the Station on Main scoreboard.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics is also brought to you in part by Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover does all of the chiropractic work you need, as well as blood work, dietary supplements, a weight loss program, x-rays, and can help you get rid of migraines and allergies. Call Hoover Chiropractic at 307-789-0043.
Cokeville closed that third quarter on an 8-0 run to put themselves back on top, 38-37 on the Station on Main scoreboard as we get ready for what should be a very exciting Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. I'm Matthew Peterson, happy to have you alongside me for this edition of Rich Rebel Basketball. The girls played first, losing 51-40, and now the boys trying to come back to Randolph with at least one win for Rich County. They trail by 1 to start the fourth quarter. Inbound pass for Cokeville eventually goes to Barnes on the near wing. He moves it up top to Moyes. Tyler Moyes giving it back to Barnes beyond the three-point line, taking a few dribbles. Going up top to Bird for 3. Travel called. A travel on Cokeville, and that's going to give Rich the basketball. Down by 1 with plenty of time to go. 7:40 and counting to go in the fourth quarter. Scott has it for the Rebels and goes down low to Jaden Grohl in the corner. Grohl passes up top to Meerbrook. Logan Meerbrook's first game in a couple of weeks now and had a strong first half and a little bit quiet so far. Huffner giving it back to Meerbrook. 1 foot inside the perimeter. He gives to Scott. Tacks the free throw line. Now Meerbrook for 3. No good. Rebound is going to be Rebel basketball. Rich was very animated looking for an over-the-back call. They don't get it, but they do say that Cokeville was the last to touch it, so similar but not the same. Taylor takes the inbound pass to the near wing. He moves it up top to Grohl. He fires it over to Scott for 3. In and out. Rebounded by the Panthers. Here comes Moyes. Moyes slowing down his dribble and moving his way towards the point. On the baseline, a foul first though. That's going to be on Jaden Grohl. Grohl comes off the bench with that defensive presence, that gritty and toughness that he's not going to give an inch. And that will come at a price, and that price is a couple fouls as he picks up 1 there. That is the 5th team foul for Rich in the second half. Inbound pass goes to Moyes. A little under 7 minutes to go in the game. Barnes passing it up top to Dayton. Dayton bumped, and he ends up stumbling and regaining his footing and takes a pass now. And there's Huffner for a huge Rich County government steal. He passes up top the court to Scott. Scott going towards the baseline. Layup no good. Foul though. And 2 free throws I think it says on the floor. Indeed they will. So a foul drawn by John Scott. That's the Panthers' 3rd. First for Tanner Brown. Inbound pass goes to around the horn now with Huffner trying to go to Meerbrook. Meerbrook takes the batted pass, and here is Dayton on the other end. Layup no good as he forced the issue, and the Rebels pushing the issue the other direction. Greer picking up his dribble on the near wing, passing to Taylor. 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Rebels trailing 38-37. Scoreless through 2 minutes of the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. Taylor at the elbow, passing it off to Greer. He goes towards the block, and one! Wait, what? Did they take it away? No. Wait, what? Even I need an explanation. Will they say, was his foot out of bounds or was it an offensive foul? They called an offensive foul on Connor Greer. That's his fifth. And Coach Cornea, rightfully so, has gone past the point of furious to dumbfounded. He's in that stage of grief right now with his senior guard, who averages 12 points per game, is going to be out. And there's still a debate here, I think. It's Greer's fifth if that's the call. I thought he initially signaled an and one. What's the conversation here? Because, okay, so Jaden Grohl is going to come in for Connor Greer, and Coach Cornea was prepping Grohl on what he wants him to do. But a huge blow for the Rebels to lose Greer in a 1-point game. It's going to be up to the other 5 on the court now to pick up the slack. 38-37 lead for Cokeville. On the wing with Brown. Barnes takes a couple passes and he gets it back up top to Moyes. Entry pass goes to Moyes beneath the basket, leaves it for Bird, shot's no good, rebound eventually goes to Jaden Grohl. He passes it off to Huffner. Rebels trailing by 1, little under 5.5 to play. Scott on the far wing, makes his way towards the point, whistle blew, foul on Cokeville. Panthers are the guilty party as Trayson Dayton picks up his third, team's fourth. That last foul on Greer, by the way, I should mention, was the team's 6th. So after this, it'll be 1-and-1 free throws. Inbound pass goes to Huffner. Huffner dribbling and passing it off to Grohl on the near wing. Picking up a screen from Meerbrook, attacking the free throw line, ditching it out to Taylor for 3, and the lead. No good. Offensive rebound by Meerbrook. He draws some contact. He'll shoot 2. Logan Meerbrook just being a menace beneath the basket. Picks up the offensive glass, and now he'll take a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line, trying to put his team at least in a tied position, potentially back in front. Free throw up and good. Gets a roll, and we are all even at 38. And can you believe it took 3 minutes and 3 seconds to get the first point of the fourth quarter? And the Rebels retake the lead with a pair of free throws from Logan Meerbrook. 39-38 Rich. Cokeville on the other end, looking to respond. They have Dayton on the baseline, kicking it out and moving it along the perimeter. Barnes pulls up from deep, just inside the 3-point line though, but a 2-pointer will give the team the lead. It's 40-39 Cokeville on the Station on Main scoreboard. 4.5 to play. Scott takes the pass and moves it over to Meerbrook. Now with Huffner. He goes inside the paint, loses it. Loose ball, jump ball. A jump ball called, and it's going to stay with Rich. Riley Correa will check in now for the Rebels for Jaden Grohl. Correa offers a little more offense off the bench than Jaden. Huffner to inbound it beneath the Cokeville basket. Goes to Taylor in the paint. He posts up, goes up, shot's no good. Meerbrook second chance. That is Logan Meerbrook once again, picking up a huge offensive rebound. And the Rebels retake the lead. It's 41-40 with 4 minutes to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. A tip pass by Huffner goes to Scott. 2-on-1. Scott with a trailing defender. Layup's good. Doesn't mind the pressure. 43-40 Rebels. Panthers putting up a three-point shot to tie it. They do. 43-43. We're all tied. Huffner dribbles across half court. 3.5 to play. He goes to Scott on the near side. Scott passing to Meerbrook for three. No good. Rebounded by Dayton. Here comes Trayson Dayton. Goes down low to the block. A huge block by Logan Meerbrook. His 4th of the game. Now Huffner and the Rebel offense slowing things down. Huffner beyond the arc, passing it over to Scott. Scott moving it up top to Meerbrook, and it's facilitated over to Huffner on the near wing. Goes to Scott at the point. Back across to Huffner, and Coach Cornea calls time. With 2:56 to go in the game, we are all tied at 43.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
All on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels and Panthers tied here in Cokeville. If you're just joining us, let me give you the Reader's Digest version. Connor Greer fouled out a few minutes ago, and since then, the Rebels offense has picked up by way of Logan Meerbrook and John Scott combining for 5 points. Meerbrook also being a menace on the offensive glass for Cokeville, and on defense, just swatting every loose orange object flying ball. It will be Rich to inbound it. Scott gets it up to Huffner. He dribbles across the timeline. Huffner goes to Carrillo on the near wing. Now it's passed up top to Meerbrook. Entry pass to Taylor was knocked away. Here come the Panthers. They look down low to Barnes. He picks up his dribble and fires it all the way to the top of the key to Dayton. Down low to a cutting Barnes. Alley-oop, no good. But Barnes gets his own miss. And once again, the Panthers going down to the block. And they missed that shot. And they put it back outside beyond the three-point line. Barnes, cross-court pass to Dayton for three. And the lead, no good. Rebounded by Taylor. 2:15 to go. Huffner dribbling across half court. Pass to Scott. It's a three-point shot at the other end. That is good! A whistle blew, and with 2:02 to go, the Rebels retake the lead thanks to a John Scott wing three.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
John Scott had 5 points at the end of the first half. He scored 10 here in the second and had a huge three-point shot to put the Rebels up by 3. Under 2 minutes to play now. Cokeville working on offense. Ball is with Tyler Moyes. He hands it off and gets it right back from Tanner Brown. Moyes attacking, pulling up from the elbow. Off the rim, rebounded by Taylor. Taylor taking a few dribbles. Approaching half court and passes to Scott. Scott giving it back to Huffner, and he gets across the timeline. 90 seconds to play. Carrillo on the wing, goes to Scott in the corner. Scott moving his way up the arc. Now goes to Huffner deep in the corner. Entry pass off target. Here come the Panthers, cross half court. Moyes attacking the hoop, layup's good. 1 point game, 46-45. Rebels have it with Carrillo on the far wing. Now Huffner at the top of the arc. They go to Scott. 1 minute to play. Whistle blew, and another timeout. We're going to keep it right here with 1:01 actually on the clock. It's a 1 point game on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels leading 46-45. Let's play coach a little bit here. Question number one would be, do you think you can run a minute off of the clock? I would say no. I think that's just too long, and eventually Cokeville would foul. So if you're the Rebels, you got to play a game of how much time do we want to kill, or time's not a factor. Let's run our offense, and the first good look we get, we're going to take that shot. We won't pass it up to try and kill an extra 5, 10, 15 seconds. We're going to pretend like there's no time on the, or there's unlimited time on the clock, and we're going to run our offense and try to get the best look and add on to our lead. Because a dangerous game you don't want to play with the Rebels here is you don't want to kill 30 seconds, take a poor shot, miss it, and now Cokeville will have the basketball and an opportunity to hold on for the last shot and potentially win the game. So now if you're Coach Cornea, who do you want shooting? I mean, you got John Scott with 5 points in this fourth quarter and Logan Meerbrook with 3. That's it. And it's going to be John Scott with one of the biggest inbound plays of the season. Scott dribbling towards the top of the key, goes to Carrillo on the near wing. Carrillo takes a dribble and bounce passes to Huffner, who is fouled with 50 seconds. That is only foul number 6 on the Panthers, so they have one more foul to give until it's 1-and-1 free throw shooting. And I think that's why they foul there, so that if they need free throws soon, they can get it that way. Carrillo checks out of the game for Meek. Meek will inbound it in front of his own bench. Rebels leading 46-45. 50 seconds. Inbound pass goes to Scott in the corner. Scott dribbling, picking up his dribble, faces double team, gets it out to Meek. Under 44 seconds, and now Meek is fouled. And now we've got 1-and-1 free throw shooting. Hayden Meek has not spent a lot of time at the free throw line so far this season. But a big free throw coming up here. Front half of a 1-and-1. Free throw up, it's good. Huge sigh of relief. That makes it a 2-point game. 47-45 Rebels. And for Hayden Meek, that's his first point of the night. Second free throw up, no good. Rebound, Cokeville. Dayton dribbling across half court on the near wing. Pulling out and getting it out and going to Barnes for 3. No good. Air ball, 32 seconds. Out of bounds, Rebel basketball. Nate Barnes pulled up for a very deep three-point shot that was off target altogether. And with 31.5 seconds, Rich to inbound it. It goes to Huffner. He is by his own block. Huffner facing a full court press. Goes to Meek. Hayden Meek dribbling across half court. Goes to Taylor on the far wing. 20 seconds. And Taylor is fouled with 19.7. And a free throw coming up here, 1-and-1 for Riley Taylor. If he makes both of these, that'll make it a 4-point game, and for the Rebels, that's a huge difference. Another timeout is called. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Rebels leading 47-45 with 19.7 ticks to go in the fourth quarter.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
3-point lead for the Rebels with just under 20 seconds to go here in Cokeville. An exciting finish as Riley Taylor will go to the free throw line. If he makes the first, he'll have a second. It's the front half of a 1-and-1. A big free throw coming up. If he misses and it's rebounded by Cokeville, well, I would imagine they would hold on for the next 15 seconds and pull up a shot with around 5 seconds to go unless they get a really good look. Taylor at the free throw line. So far today, no points in the second half, but he gets one there. 3-point lead now for the Rebels, and that is a very different scenario. Timeout call by Coach Todd Dayton. We're not going anywhere. So it's 48-45. Here comes the second free throw at the end of this break for the Rebels. If he makes it, well, let's have two conversations. If he misses and Cokeville rebounds, it's pretty simple. They're going to go down the court and they're going to look for their best three-point shot. It doesn't necessarily have to be at the end. You don't want to pass up a good look to try and force overtime. I'd imagine first good look from beyond the arc they get, they're going to shoot it. Now, if Taylor makes this free throw, different scenario. Cokeville's going to go and try and score as soon as possible, regardless of the basket. If it's a three, great, but it doesn't have to be. They would go down and try and get any kind of basket. Then they would be, if it's a 2-point shot, then they're down 2 with probably about 10-ish seconds. And at that point, you play the foul game and you hope Rich will miss on the other end. But a big free throw coming up for Taylor. Second half of a 1-and-1. Riley Taylor with 5 points. That's his first point of the second half. And here we go. Scott all the way back near his own 3-point line for any prevent defense. Free throw is made by Taylor, and it's now 49-45. 19.7 seconds. Meek checking out of the game for Carrillo. Inbound pass goes to Moyes. He pushes up the court. Attacks from the elbow. Kicks it out. Ball is fumbled around. Nearly got through the hands of Bird. Open, Moyes beneath the basket. Layup's good with 8.2 seconds. And a quick timeout is called by Coach Dayton. 49-47. Timeout call by Dayton. And the Rebels will have a inbound pass now beneath the basket. So if you're Cokeville with 8.2 seconds, down 2, you try to steal the inbound pass, and if you don't get it, you got to foul immediately, I think. You don't want to try and force a turnover up the court because best case scenario, you get the turnover with a couple ticks in transition, and you'll probably shoot a very deep 3-point shot, if not a half-court shot, most likely. Rebels here get the inbound pass and hold on for dear life and wait for the foul. Huffner to inbound it. And a timeout call by Coach Cornea. Wanted to see how Cokeville lined up. Timeouts, and so I think both sides are out of timeouts now. Neither side is in the double bonus, and that's important, as if Rich goes back to the free throw line, it'll be 1-and-1 still. After this game, you got to stick around for the post-game show. A lot to go over. We're going to have our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game, along with the Auto Farm Chevrolet Shot and Play of the Game, and finally our Garden City Game Adjustment. In the fourth quarter, John Scott has led the Rebels. He has 10 points in the second half, 15 altogether. Look at Logan Meerbrook. He went into the half with 4 points. He has 7 in the second half. You put those numbers together, you get 11 points. Meerbrook and Scott have been the go-to guys so far the second half, and what's been a relatively quiet fourth quarter in terms of scoring, but nevertheless the heart elevation is up to Mount Everest. 8.2 seconds. Truman Huffner will inbound it beneath his own basket. Scott and Meek stand at opposite elbows. Huffner has a guy guarding the inbound pass. Huffner, quarterback heave, stolen by Barnes, kicks it out. Dayton, 5 seconds, driving in, puts up a floater, off the glass, no good, second chance, and the Rebels hold on to win! Unbelievable! Half the court is silent, half is in confusion as if that just happened. The referees exit the game, and indeed, that's the final. Wow! 49-47 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels pick up a win in the Cowboy State, sweeping the Cokeville Panthers. A crazy finish and a lot to unpack. We'll go into our post-game show now with the Rebels winning by 2 across the state lines.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
It's human nature to think the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That's not always true, especially when it comes to buying vehicles. This is Dennis Lynch, General Manager at Auto Farm Chevrolet. Dealerships pay the same price for new vehicles across America. The fact is, the best deals are right here, in your own backyard. The difference is that our employees are your neighbors, people you can trust. Please visit us first, Auto Farm Chevrolet. We are your community-driven dealer.
A very exciting finish here in Cokeville for the boys team, who hold on to win 49-47 after a turnover in the last 8 seconds of the game on the inbound pass. Cokeville unable to get a shot off to tie or take the lead potentially, and the Rebels improve to 10-5 on the season, while Cokeville falls to 6-6. Welcome into our post-game show as we are now into our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Let's start all the way back in the first quarter. It was a quiet first quarter. A 10-9 lead for Cokeville, who made a shot late down the stretch to put themselves ahead. So a 1-point lead for the Panthers at the end of 8 minutes of basketball. Then in the second quarter, like most games, the offenses started to click a little bit, and back and forth we went. Ultimately, the Panthers would erase a kind of a small lead for the Rebels. Rich at 1 point led by 3, 15-12, and the Panthers would go into the half leading by 3, 23-20. Third quarter was the quarter of the game. Back and forth, the Rebels went on a big run to start the quarter at 1 point leading by 7, 37-30. However, the Panthers would close out the fourth quarter on an 8-0 run of their own to go into the fourth leading 38-37. And then the fourth quarter took over 2 minutes to get the first point of the game, and it was a free throw from Logan Meerbrook, and a pair of them actually, to put Rich ahead 39-38. Rebels would grow that lead up to 3 at 1 point, leading by 46-43. And you thought the Rebels had all the momentum, but the Panthers had something up their sleeve, and they would tie the game well, I beg your pardon, they would not tie the game. They'd come within 1, and the Rebels somehow would hold on to win down the stretch. Turnover in the last 8 seconds for Rich. Panthers unable to cash in and tie the game or win the game, and the Rebels winning 49-47. That's our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, where fresh and fast meet a delicious sandwich every time. I love my Jimmy John's. Go visit them in Evanston on Front Street. The lights are turning off here in Cokeville. I think that might be a sign that they want me to leave soon. So let's get to the rest of our post-game coverage quickly. Our Dr. McKay Frankham precision play of the game. We're going to go with Riley Taylor's huge free throws down the stretch. Rebels leading by just a point, 46-45, and Riley Taylor knocks down a couple huge free throws to give his side some breathing room. And that's our Dr. McKay Frankham Precision Play of the Game. Precision Family Dental Care at reasonable rates. Call the dental office of Dr. McKay Frankham to schedule your appointment today. 307-789-8910. We'll step aside for one more quick break, and then we'll have the rest of our post-game coverage here in Cokeville. Rebels holding on to a 49-47 victory.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston. As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live.
Rebels picking up their 10th win of the season here in the Cowboy State, taking down the Cokeville Panthers 49-47. Let's get into our Auto Farm Chevrolet shot and play of the game. Shot of the game, no doubt about it. Hayden Meek off the bench at the free throw line. World of weight on his shoulders. Weight of the world. And he knocks it down. And he maintains a lead for the Rebels and builds on it. And so Hayden Meek with our shot of the game. Now time for our play of the game. Play of the game. Where do you go in a heart attack game like this? Where up and down, left and right, every direction. Play of the game, we're going to go to John Scott. And you can pick any of his number of three-point shots in the second half. But Scott in the fourth quarter coming up with 5 huge points for the Rebels. And they needed every one of those points. And so Scott with our play of the game, one of his three-pointers down the stretch in the fourth quarter. Now time for our Garden City Where Families Play game adjustment. Rebels had 20 points in the first half. They put up 29 in the second half. How did they do that? They went to the free throw line. Lots of free throws for the Rebels, and they knocked him down. They were cool and calm under pressure, and you got to envision that they have spent a lot of time working on that in practice. So that's our game adjustment from the charity stripe for the Rebels. All right, folks, before we sign off, I want to do a quick reminder. Tomorrow, we've got 2 games, doubleheader for the boys and girls, home in wonderful Randolph against the visiting Tabiona Tigers. Pre-game coverage will start at 5 p.m. Be sure to tune in for that. But for my producer, Michael Wilkerson, for my camera operators, Gary McKee and Taylor McKee, I'm Matthew Peterson, signing off. Your final, the Rebels defeating the Cokeville Panthers 49-47.
You've been tuned into Rich High School Rebel Basketball on Rebel Radio, KADQ-FM 98.3, with video online at mylocalradio.com. Today's match has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses: Evanston Regional Hospital, Hoover Chiropractic, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, the Come On Inn in Casper, Plains Tire, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, West Star Printing, and Rocky Mountain Sign. The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder.